announcements. So instead of Czar, who has opted to be the race opponent for our friend Shofukomachi tonight, I have with me a friend that I haven't seen in a very long time, working both tracking and commentary along with me. Welcome to the lovely TheHangryCanuck. How have you been, friend?
Oh, I've been good, man. Been good. Looking forward to some Nans that I haven't seen in a long time and doing some commentary with you, so it should be a good night.
Excellent. We have with you our runners, Shofukomachi and Czardia. Both of these two know each other very well. Both of them know their own play styles, their opponents' play styles, because they've done this a lot over the years, and we are looking forward to some definitely not as extreme as the last time we did these showcases here on RGL for the flag sets, but it's I think it's going to be a good one. All they have to start with is a free bridge, so hey, just cross the bridge of destiny and we'll go ahead and get started, huh?
All right, I guess if we're ready, I can drop the gate, I suppose.
Yeah, just check the racer and make sure they are. Let's see, got one. Oh goodness, the back and forth of those two is funny. Okay, they're both ready.
Yeah, he's talking about our favorite movie in the whole world, Major League.
Oh goodness. It's a classic. Alright, here we go. 15
All
seconds.
right.
So, what are you hoping we see for possible chaos in this, Canuck?
I'm like to see no weapons whatsoever.
I mean, it only takes a wooden stick or a silver dagger to beat chaos. It just takes a whole lot of buffs doing it. But we are off here. It looks like Canaria Castle looks to be like a tunnel that is out of Bahamut's island. Got some
That's a
Ice
map I've
2
never
level
seen
6.
before.
Ooh, not much in the spell department here. Some opal gear, pretty good stuff. They start with about 10,000 gold, so they can buy some stuff to start off with, which is
Oh
not a bad
my
thing.
god, look what was in the weapon shop. A Vorpal +3. Sire's gotta be drooling from the mouth right now.
You're not wrong. We here at Team Vorpal will advocate for any and all uses of that weaponry. It is, however, almost 5,000 gold, so they're going to have to spend their money wisely here if they're going to start off with something like that. So we're
Sire
looking at
didn't
a
buy.
saber and a flame sword to start off with, so starting off cheap.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Sire can't use it till the class changes, I guess. Hey, that fighter.
If I remember right, for the Vorpal, it should be Knight for sure, Ninja for sure.
Yeah, I think Knight Ninja and Red Mage, but I think they have to be promoted in order for it to work. Oh, I forgot the timer.
That's fair. As we work on getting that up for you right now, go ahead and
It's
just...
alright, I got the timer going now. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good. About a minute and a half so far, and so our runners are just wandering
Hey, I
through the
haven't
initial
tracked in about
setup.
10 years, so.
Happy to have you tonight, though. It's a good time with FFR time. This is a marsh cave floor right here that they're walking through, which... The marsh cave is somewhere you go to get the mystic key out of eventually through trade-ins and side quests and stuff.
Ooh, and we have a fiend right off the hop.
That right there is the bridge to Warmech and Tiamat, which is the sky fortress. So that's a nice find early to not stumble across that very deep into a dungeon.
Yeah, especially I can imagine Warmech's a must fight, so.
Knowing these two, it absolutely 100% is, because there's no friend like Friend Mech. Oh,
Well,
and it already killed me off. Cool.
you're already taking a nap, buddy. You're already taking a nap.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. White
So this
Mage's
is a
best
new
game.
randomized map, I guess, is it? I've never really dealt with this before.
So what they're doing here is they have a floor and entrance shuffle. So basically anything that is shuffled is going to be all over the place. Towns, I believe, can actually be inside of dungeons buried deep within them too, so finding spells or something like that is something that's gonna potentially take a little bit. As show side, we call that the TFC room, that freaking chest room. Um, that is the one chest that usually shows up in a randomizer. I believe it's locked behind the key, and well, runners often forget to check that one, and it's often what buries them in a race. So that's why it's that TFC. Those Gurpies there right there are really good XP if they can be slaughtered, though.
I think
Sorry,
Show's
we're
gonna
in
give this
bed.
a second go.
Oh, that's the seafood fun pack right there. Not a lot of magic to deal with and single target. Oh, there's a Massa
Oh,
early. Okay.
baby, baby, baby. Come to Papa.
The Mazda is a weapon that pretty much anyone in the game can equip, so that's pretty nice find early. See if Zar finds that.
Yeah,
Nope, Zar
anybody
finds
can
the
equip
bridge.
that. Oh, that would be better. It's gonna be better than the Vorpal thing.
I disagree, but that's personal preference. So
Well, here we go.
any weapon that kills chaos can be a good weapon. Sometimes it's even the weapon you don't expect. The only bad weapon in the game is Excalibur. Smile.
Well, Sar's pretty much the Vorpal guy, and I'm pretty much the Massa guy. We've had our battles about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Those are some good
Right
old
now,
days of banter.
pretty much looks like they're just doing a whole lot of exploring, maybe trying to get a few levels to see if they can advance. So I guess it's the same as usual. Grab all 4 orbs and kill chaos, I would imagine.
Yeah, these flags are basically a little bit. It's gonna be um original size Temple of Fiends, so yeah, we're gonna have to go through every floor of that and potentially see. Ooh, a heal shirt. That'll help out a lot for keeping up with life. And both of them took a white mage, so there you go. That gives them something to do because white mages aren't usually known for offense.
Oh, the
Holy
P's got
seven!
P's.
Oh boy, there goes that heal shirt. So the map they've thrown together is a randomized map of the world. Final Fantasy One, if you play the vanilla game, does not look like this in one bit whatsoever. But these two are definitely used to giving us quite the exploration. Oh, there's a volcano floor right there. Volcano floors, the good news with those, if you walk on the lava tiles, which are the light blue ones there, you will not take any encounters whatsoever. You will, however, start taking damage for every time you run across it. Find the
That a
toy is
second
saved though.
class?
And another Massa.
Ooh, I'm loving these flags.
These flags are a lot more generous than the last ones, it looks like.
Oh, they start with exit and warp. That's big.
That is huge because that is a lot of pain.
If you're 12,
Show
13
description.
floors deep in a dungeon and you come to a dead end, it's nice to be able to get out.
You're not wrong. Find Provoca here. Provoca is normally the second town you would find in Final Fantasy, so. Gonna check the magic shops here. What do we got? I have no idea what that is, but Heal 2 is level 7 and kind of expensive,
Oh,
so I wouldn't see it in that pot. I'm
there's
guessing box would probably be something like a mute or something like that, which is like silence protection. Hold 3 and a kill spell. Hmm. Some of these got renamed to different things, so.
yeah, so it's gonna be confusing because, like I said, I haven't done this in so long.
And I haven't kept up to date on all the flags either since I haven't played FFR in a real long time. The last time I played personally was 21, I think. Did a three-way race between myself, Zar, who you're seeing on our screen here, and a battle with a good friend of ours, DDG. We did it for a marathon several years back, and well, that had a surprising end with the person that you would least expect to win that actually won that. So there's
Those
a Cure
pirates are
7 shirt.
pretty quick. You're gonna need some good RNG or a few levels to get past those pirates, I believe.
Yeah, and the spell selection's not all that great either, so.
Looks like Sar's going with the 2-man play now that he's got a couple of masses.
Get some levels on the front line. I don't blame them.
Because the magic to me doesn't look that hot off the start.
No,
Because we
this
haven't
is
found
not
nuke.
enough.
We haven't found any big AoE spells yet.
The cabins are pretty cheap. That's actually pretty nice. Those are pretty solid heal items out of
Ooh, a ribbon.
Oh. Ribbons are excellent. They protect against pretty much everything status-wise. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, all elemental damage and all status effects pretty much. I mean, there is the gold in 1 and 256 that something gets through, but
I've always called that the 1% rule. It's a 3 and 256, so roughly about
you're
1%,
correct.
yeah.
We're 3 and 256.
hmm So we've got Lightning 4, Ice 4, Fire 4, but they're all level 8 slots, so good luck ever casting those.
Looks
Yeah,
like we got
these are some
Archer
rough
and the
ones.
Malices.
You want to explain that system?
Oh, I don't remember. I think
No?
it comes with a bonus. I think they get a. I don't think there was any malices. I think it was just 2 bonuses. What the bonuses do is they enhance a stat you have, like give you a more magic resistance, give you more strength, something to benefit your character.
And then a malice would be like the bad stuff that would happen. Like say, oh, this person can't equip this normal set of armor, or this person has a worse stat than they normally would have, for example.
Yeah, correct. Looks like they're having a little trouble killing anything though at this point. All the enemies seem to be. They must have like be up 300-400% maybe.
The enemy stats in this
Because I've
are
noticed they've tried to kill stuff, but I noticed they're not really. It's almost like they can't hit the enemies, so the defense and evade must be up pretty high on these enemies.
try to take a look through the stats here to see what we got.
What's going on, Shaw? I heard you ducked them here.
Oh, enemies, here we go. Stats are for regular enemies between 150 to 350% of their normal stats, so they are
Yeah,
definitely beefed up.
yeah, that would make a few enemies relatively tough.
The HP scaling on them is 50% to 150, so that's pretty like high too. So you're gonna see imps that aren't going to be bonked by just someone's fists. So you're gonna see them actually take an actual hit to them.
It's all right. The massa will save the day. Everything's right when you got a massa in your hands.
And we will. Okay, so we're seeing Zara actually going to revive everybody. Got some
I think.
levels on the front line though, so that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, I think they seen the pirates, so they need to know they're gonna need a few levels to get past them.
Couple of pure potions there for the ability to cleanse off poison effect. Something to note about Final Fantasy One is that the poison sound effect has this like grating screech, but there are some in the community that actually love the sound of it. Those people are crazy, and I love them, but they're still crazy.
I
So we
remember a
have
racing time where I think the boat runners agreed that they had to have one character poisoned at all times.
that sounds like a fun ride. It's what that does.
Looks
So
like the
Zar's splitting
holy
up.
spell. Looks
Go
like the
ahead.
holy spell's not AOE. It only hits one target from the enemies using it.
Oh yeah, that'd be like Final Fantasy 11, where Holy Cast only hits one thing. Now there are the Dia spells, or I believe they're called the harm spells in the original version. Those would be considered to be changed to AoE.
Yeah, so that holy six spell is probably only single. I don't think it's an AOE.
Yeah, it looks like a single target.
Ooh, Saber though. Saber's gonna be handy, especially with a Massa and a good sword.
Saber will up your offense. I believe it is self-targeting, so in order to use
Yep.
that for that, they would have to be promoted.
Self-targeting and stackable.
So for stat stacking in this game, if you cast a bunch of buffs on yourself, the limit is a total of 6 stacks, as I remember. So I believe Saber only gives +1 stack. Like, there are spells like what is called the Ruse spell, which is a evasion boosting stack that gives you 2, but it's self-targeting, versus the invisible spells, which give a stack of 1. So you'd only have to cast Ruse 3 times versus invisible 6 times, for example.
Looks like Star is heading for the Fiend.
Star has a few levels, probably wanting information out of this. Also, that is a lot of stuff right there on that bridge. Kind of terrifying, actually, to have to spend so many resources before what we know is going to be like 2 boss fights. And they hit like truck.
I don't think that heal 2 shirt's gonna help you too much, sir.
Zarnope's out. I don't blame them.
I think in a situation like this, what you gotta do is just level. Just get some good, decent levels behind you.
That weapon in chat, Saber is self-targeting. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah. Saber, Temper's the one you can target other people.
Mm-hmm. And there are weaponry that can be used, well, not weaponry, but armors that can be used to cast spells with. Some spells can be put on weapons too, but those aren't generally buff ones. Those are more like offensive ones.
I gotta remember I'm tracking too. I hope I didn't miss anything.
I don't think you missed anything. All you've seen is some equipment that has more or less been lost through various wipes or resets, so
Yeah,
this has been a hard seed so far.
Looks like they're both covering the same ground. No one's really going anywhere new, and Sar's not having any luck keeping his people upright.
The lack of gear is definitely starting to hurt them quite a bit.
Well, I mean, you got enemies casting holy 7 at you. I mean, you can't expect much from that. This is the one floor in the water that has no chests in it. Hey, we got some steak.
Ooh, steak. That's another meme of the Final Fantasy community where some people will turn the Tyrannosauruses and or T-Rex, which is the blue variant, into pieces of meat. I am not someone that believes in that personally. How about you, Canuck?
Oh, you know, I like me a good steak, I'm not gonna lie. But these enemies are hitting mega hard, and these guys have no HP. So, like, they're just struggling right now just to get any type of kill.
And Show does dive, saves the ribbon that he found. That's going to come in handy for what looks like the Black Belt's going to be holding on to it for a while, since Black Belts can't really hold on to much armor moves.
Zant gets it, right? Tyro is food, not friend.
I disagree. But that is part of our friendly back and forth debates in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, and that's okay.
I don't know if we agree on too much.
Probably not, but I think that's what makes us a unique pairing, huh?
Alright, looks like Star has found a Mirage Tower floor here.
Yep, looks like the second floor Mirage Tower, so there's going to be a bunch of items in the center there, but it looks like the columns have been shuffled, so trying to find the entrance to that might be a little bit difficult.
Looks like Sho is following the same path here right now. Oh, from Blizzard.
From what I saw in the Flag's weapon, the Titan likes rubies still, so that's actually vanilla, so... No steak for Titan. Okay, Zard did find the entrance to the middle, so there's gonna be a lot of goodies in here. Let's see, we got 10 chests. Let's check those out. Dragon Sword. We'll summon Dragon Zord.
That's handy.
Yeah, the Thief before promotion cannot equip all that much, so anything's better than nothing.
Mute Helmet. That's something.
Silence in this game is very mostly enemies use it on you, not you using it on enemies all that much, but it can save your life if you are trapped in some really bad encounters.
Looks like Cyrus trying to decide where he wants to put all his equipment. It looks like he's making his thief the meat shield here, putting all the armor on him.
Oh, there's the slab. Time to return it. So the slab can be used to turn into a NPC called, I think it's Dr. Un. That's normally in Melman, but who knows where the heck he got shuffled off to.
Kind of, yeah, it's weird. I'm only using one tracker for both guys, so I don't really know how that works.
Return the slab or suffer my curse. This floor doesn't seem to have another staircase off of it, though. Or if it did, it's squished in. Okay. Yeah, these columns were definitely shuffled. This is definitely not the original layout of this floor.
Yeah, no, I don't remember it being this complicated to get through that room.
Oh. The thief is left alive, so Zar's looking to be going for information at this point. Might have to return the slab back to the box here. This is an ice cavern floor right here.
Looks like Sho has found the fire floor. I believe this led to the pirates, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like Sho might be trying to kill off one of his party members by getting them low here using the tiles.
Yep, because every time you walk on those volcano tiles, it deals damage to your entire party, so...
Oh, I think Sho's going for black belt strats here.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, he's going for it.
Yep. So, as I was going to mention previously, the person that's in the first slot up at the top of the party is going to take the majority odds of being targeted. And
Yeah, I
then
believe
the second person slightly less.
The first slot's 50%, the second slot's 25%, and third and fourth both share 12.5, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about accurate, yes. Zara's found the empty box, which means that box was liberated in another part of the floors for March Cave here.
Yeah, looks like Sho's going on the grind here. But he's having trouble getting that white mage to fall at the moment.
Zara thinking about their next move. Heals up
Stars down to just sneak.
Yeah. Oh, there goes the white mage. Sho's in show mode now.
Yeah, Sho's gonna grind now. Or he's gonna go through the game with just the black belt.
So what Sho's usual thing is, he'll look for a fixed enemy spawn tile, which is something if you step on it a whole bunch of times, it spawns encounters endlessly. And those are called the show tiles, because that's what he generally uses to grind up things like black belt or the things like that to really high levels, so...
Yeah, but the only problem with that is he's got no AoE magic now, so he needs to find fights with just one enemy right now. And anything with more than one enemy is just going to wipe him out at the moment.
Very true. Black belt until promotion is squishy. Black belt after promotion is still kind of squishy, so... Oh, there goes Sean.
Well, I mean, when you got enemies at 300% power hitting you for 200 and some, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to take a beating. I almost can't wait to see Kraken just lay waste to somebody.
So for those that are newer to Final Fantasy Randomizer here, Kraken is one of the legendary four fiends, the being of water, who basically specializes in what's called the Kraken Honda, which is getting slapped 1,000 times for like 1,000,000 damage. That's basically what Kraken does. Kraken with spells is scary. Kraken going through evasion to one-shot your primary DPS is scarier.
He gets even worse when he casts fast on himself.
Oh, gets even more hits? Yeah, then you just see the E Honda slaps for days.
I think I had him hit me for over 2k one time.
Wow.
Yeah, so it looks like we've got Sho grinding, and I think Sarah's doing a little grinding too. I think they finally realized that you're not really going to kill much until you get some levels under your belt.
Very true. So Sho has the master equipped. So basically, the black belt is someone that is like your scaling DPS in any sort of like RPG or MOBA, anything like that, where they get stronger the more levels they go up. So that's why I see Sho like not reviving anybody. But the Masamune early on, before Black Belt starts getting the real power in their fists, that's the play to make right there, and Sho's doing this very professionally.
Yeah, I like Show's play here. Like, I mean, I used to be against the black belt strats because it's basically once your black belt gets to be like, oh, I'm buff, no brain. I mean, it's over.
Very true. I always call the Black Belt boring belt because all it does is just bonk things. Like there's no variety to it, and that wins races. So we'll see if the play actually works here later on.
It's basically like giving a fighter a massa and buffing him up too. It's the same thing, but the only thing with the black belt is fast really doesn't matter with a black belt. He's getting 8 hits whether he has fast or not.
Oh, Ice 4. Okay, that's actually going to be some pretty nice AoE damage. It's not a level 8 charge. There's not too many more casts of those, but getting some XP here is definitely not going to hurt Zar later.
No, with enemies this strong, you definitely need to get some power under your belt.
Should be able to clean up the rest of those right there. So, yeah, there you go. Punch, punch, punch. Terminated. Zara getting some valuable XP. 1,000 is actually pretty nice early on.
Yeah, see, the difference with Show only going with one is experience is split 4 ways. So if you have 4 characters up, the experience is split between everybody. But if you only have 1 character up, he gets all the experience. So that's why grinding a single player is usually faster. Looks like Zar is back to the Pirates. Let's see if he has any better luck this time.
As long as he has status protection, he can totally win the DPS race. Oh, Show goes down. Looks like he just saved recently, so it's okay.
Yeah, the thing about the solo black belt is if you don't get the right fights early, you're going to have a really hard time grinding with it. That's why black belt grinds are really only good with a trap tile that has like maybe 1 or 2 things at most. If you're trying to grind a black belt in the open world, it gets harder because you get 9 packs, 8 packs, right?
Which can happen with even the lesser monsters. When these are this buffed, it can still be rather dangerous. So.
Oh, 100% agree with you there. All right, Sarah's going to give these pirates a whirl. Get it? A whirl? Water? Ah.
Poliwhirl.
I still got it.
Looks like they're both handshaking right here, which Show might have a little bit more of a difficult time only having 1 party member up. So
I don't know if Show is going to be able to take down 9 pirates with just the black belt like this. I mean, because the pirates are hitting pretty good, right?
yeah, not when they're getting crits in like that. Oh, those are painful. Yeah, Show wipes. So we got the crystal here on Zara's side, which is going to be kept because we are in a safe town, thankfully.
Here's where the solo black belt falls short against the full team.
Very much so. Unless you can find an item that casts a big AoE spell like Ice 3 or something like that, then it's great. Otherwise, when you're just stuck single target, no. Kind of Ice Shield there. It's not too bad for defense.
That's why I don't like the solo black belt grind till I know I have a grind tile to grind up. And right now we have seen 0 grind tiles.
Start doing some inventory restocking, which, yeah, those Ice Shields are going to be helpful. Probably looking to grab 1 more, I would imagine. Silver 2.
Yeah, it looks like Stars decided to keep all 4 characters upright. Show is back on the TFC floor. Oh, the Grey Peas with some poison. But the Ribbon's going to take care of that.
Oh, the DPS race? Oh, the heal 2 on Great Peas. That's scary. But they're just by themselves for the most part, so a little less scary. Ruse 3. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cast ourselves some evasion buffs. Can Show win this race? It doesn't look like it. Quick 3? Okay, it has haste. Alright. So spells aren't likely to show up in the pool again, except for certain systems where bosses have their own spells. So seeing haste on those things when there's not as many of them is not a bad thing. And Zard did fly, looks like it was the canoe from the Twilight there. Maybe we'll start traversing water and moving around a little bit easier.
Yeah, the canoe will be big on a random map like this because you never know where you're going to be able to cross.
Oh, like that, for example. Already putting it to immediate use, getting into a section we haven't seen yet, so. Oh, that is the Temple of Ordeals,
Oh,
which
I
is where
just
you would normally go to class change, and it looks like Vanilla Temple, so Zar's running through it.
so that the things aren't scrambled.
It looks like the dungeons are, but this looks like a dungeon that's like fixed in terms of what it looks like and how it acts.
Well, we'll know if he goes to every separate like. And there's a trap tile. Now that's what Show needs at the moment.
Correct. Especially something that is single or probably double spawn, I would imagine at most. I believe giants can spawn up to 4, so that's not too extreme.
So I mean, Sar's getting 600 experience for one, so Show would be getting 2,400 experience right on his character, right?
Pretty
Looks like
decent
Sar's
style
gonna
here.
pull a grind here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, I don't blame Sar for grinding here because this is a really good spot with the two masses. He can one-shot them every time.
Level 13 on the mages, looks like 15, 16-ish on our normal encounters. So one of the things they added in more recently to the FFR randomizer is thief lockpicking. This is something that if you have a thief at a certain level, these flags will allow you to be able to lock and unlock doors with the Mystic Key normally. Now these two do not have that flag on, so thieves are a nice to have, but they're definitely not a cool to have because of like missing that particular thing.
Wow, I didn't know about the lockpicking thing.
Hmm. Yeah, I found out about that a couple months ago too, and I was like, that's actually a really nice way of incentivizing bringing a thief, because not many people do. As you can see, shows said screw that, then Zara's using it, but does not have the flag, so it's more of a I can cast magic later on kind of thing. And there goes thief.
Show is having massive problems right now. He's on this solo grind, and any enemy that he's coming across is pretty much wiping him out. So I think what Show's gonna do is maybe bring a character or two back for now till he finds a good grind spot.
Yeah, he hasn't come across the same tile that Zara just did and ordeal, so
Yeah, Sar's got a definite advantage right now. Because he look on a 5-pack like that. What can a solo black belt do? Nothing really.
so Zara's finished right now. Goes starting to go the column maze again. Now, these should be randomized in terms of the teleportation spots, so yeah, there you go. And we're on to the top floor of Ordeals. And Kylos. Okay, that's a hard pass. Those things are annoying, and they hit really hard too.
Oh boy, 600 damage. Wow.
Yeah. Those are
Big
generally
hitter
not things
in
you
the
ever
game.
touch for grind tiles. Or
It
any
doesn't matter what
genre.
you do, ankles hit hard in every version of this game.
Oh yeah, that's why nobody ever fights them.
Now we got casters wheeling masses. It's just random.
So I'm just probably trying to escape with what they've had so far. Oh, there's... That is meat that is a worm. So we got worm steak here.
And I don't think Sar's making it out of this one. Nope.
It just lost all that XP on the grind tile, so that advantage now just like was totally negated by that. So we'll see if they choose to grind again or come back a little bit later to that spot.
That hurts right there when you lose a grind like that.
It was only like a couple minutes worth, but yeah, definitely agree on you on that one.
No, at least I remembered where to go in the maze.
Zara takes really good notes. I learned that because I've been partnered with them during a co-op tournament before, and we were both really good note takers. Um, Also has a pretty solid memory too, so that's something. Sorry,
Yeah,
on the ice shield from there.
no, I never take notes.
Looks like the thief can't really use shields until class change though. I find myself taking notes a lot during Earthbound because I use Shop Randomizer to remember where locations are, but yeah. Wear sword. Global Gauntlet's just armor. And what's this? The Oxyale. Okay, this will open up some floors in the Sea Shrine that we've potentially come across, but the item itself is turned into a NPC in Onrak? Yeah.
Yeah, this I don't like these nacho enemies.
But nachos are tasty. What are you talking about?
Looks like Sarah's gonna go on a bit of a grind.
So the tile in front of Zar right here is actually a teleport outside of the dungeon, so this is an extremely safe place to grind because you are one step away from being able to walk away from a bad situation as long as you don't want it.
Yep, and Sarah's gonna become a macho nacho man.
I would
Yeah, I'm
definitely
still
take this over those
weird
red
with this
giants.
runner. Looks like Show's kind of in the air, but he's level 23 now, so he got a good grind in somewhere. We must have missed.
I think it's just all the random encounters along the way. Like, being able to pick fights and winning some of them, and being able to save that progress will start stacking up over time, so.
Looks like they're stuck on that top island until they find the floater from the looks of things.
There's not too many more places these two haven't checked yet on this continent, so we're starting to run out of locations here where this could be. Because either finding a ship or a floater will get us off of this and let us explore the rest of the seed.
Yeah, exactly. Until you get the floater, you're pretty much stuck to this little island here.
We're at 35 minutes into this race, so this is something. Yep, there's a dock canal right there, so you might find the ship instead. This is
Ooh,
a
Temple
Temple of
Fiends.
Fiends. So you got 4 chests here, and then you also got a boss here for teleporting yourself back to the castle.
But will it teleport you back to the castle in this version?
Actually, wait, I think it's 6 chests total on this floor, but some of them are locked behind the keys, so.
Yeah, 3 are open, 3 are locked by the Mystic Key. And here's Garland, who's usually the easiest boss in the world, and he's proven me right once again.
Knock you all down. Speaking of, Jack Garland got his own game, Strangers in Paradise, about a year or 2 ago now, so. If
This
you
is
have a
real.
modern console or a good PC that can handle it, give it a try. You can find out more about the Final Fantasy lore for the first game. I'm not spoiling it because I haven't played it yet. I have a sealed copy in my closet, have not opened it yet, so. So I'm really finding money in the couple chests right here, so. Nothing too
These should be
special.
the locked doors, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the right side of the locked doors. And Zara remembering, oh wait, I don't have lock picking on, whoops.
Looks like Show is still wielding that massa right now. And those Gurpedes are no joke.
Oh, Zara found Lupitown, aka this is. I can't remember the
He
name of this
got the
place.
slab, but he hasn't found Melmond yet, so he's not going to be able to understand a word these people are saying.
I do not remember this town's name. But there's a couple magic shops here, so that's something.
Looks like I know in some things you can make all the magic shops appear here.
Oh yeah, there's some flags for that, but these two do not have it on. I think we
Like
just call it Lupa Town and be on with it.
Goes back on the TFC floor.
Break right there for a spell, or Brack, it's known as. A favorite of a certain person in this particular RGL chat tonight.
Even the sharks are hitting hard.
So there is a in a pub here because one of the flags that these two did enable is the conveniences where you would not normally have those things here, and you'd have to walk really far out of the way just to get to that town normally. But it acts as a nice little place to rest up here. So
I'm not sure when Show found that Pure 4 shirt, but that's going to be a big bonus for him.
I think we saw a Cure 7 shirt earlier too.
Or maybe it's 7.
Yeah, that was like back towards the beginning of the scene. Not a lot of good spells here. Lightning 1 is a ton of money, so who cares about that? Life is nice. 41,000 is not nice though, so that's gonna be a skip for a while. Unless you fire sale for that.
Joe just got wrecked by some dragons. Oh, AVX time, all enemies. There you go.
Lock 2, so that's a often underestimated spell where you lower the enemy's evasion to be able to hit it easier for more combos. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's normally a must in seeds like this because you never know what the enemy's evasion is going to be like. And if an enemy's at max evasion, the only thing that's going to go through is crits, so...
Well, we got Pro Capes for sale here. That's some status protections right there. But yeah, the Heal 2 shirt and the Cure 7 one, those were both found really early on by both runners, so it looks like they both still have them. There's a Ruse staff right there. We just mentioned the evasion stacking earlier, and a katana for the thief. I know Zara prefers Vorpal. Sho's usually more of a Massa person. I don't know if either of them really use katana though, so we might not see that bot.
Well, if you... If the thing about the katana is the high crit rate, right? So if the enemy's got high, like a high evade, I would think a katana would be better than the Massa or the Vorpal, but the Vorpal's got a high crit too.
Zara saving a little bit of money there by buying those Ruse staves. Those are going to be, well, staves. But those are going to be extremely helpful to them, so... Zar found the fart shop. Neat. Poison all enemies. Zar's gonna buy it!
And Sho is having an awful time trying to get through this dungeon. This is like his 7th dive now.
Goodness, I lost count a long time ago. So yeah, this is where Zara's gonna start gaining more of a lead right here, just based on the fact that Sho's struggling by solo black belt. This is the curse of a solo black belt. Sometimes there's a blessing to having it, other times there's this. Oh, there's the floater for sale, but Zara just spent most of their money, so they're going to go grab more of it. It's about 19,000, so...
This is where you'd sell...
Well, Zara just bought a whole bunch of stuff, so I don't think it's going to be something to really sell. It's going to be more to find money.
I mean, you got 2 Massas.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And 1 Massa because the fighter just got 1 shot. Goodness.
Was that death touch or was that damage kill?
I didn't see exactly. We can find out because they're right here.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's just death touch. Okay, so that is something where if it hits you, it kills you. So yeah, those Ruse staves are going to be pretty nice if you ever have to run across those things again. But running away from them seems to be the better play on this one.
The worst thing is when something like Death Touch rolls on something that has more than 1 hit, because every hit it rolls for it. So they got like, if they hit you for 7 times, they got 7 chances to instant kill you.
Speaking of Death Touch enemies, one of our legendary friends of the Final Fantasy community, who you just saw during our last seasonal marathon, was good friend Will Cleosis. I am sure I'm gonna have this VOD watched by him later on, and he'll probably give me a prompt salute with 1 finger, but there is the Death Touch enemies that were known as the Gur Medusas. These are green Medusas. They are usually in the Temple of Fiends Revisited towards the end of the game. They show up in packs of about 6 to 9 generally. And those things had Death Touch on, and those are what cost him a tournament race way back in the day, so I'm sure he totally wants to be reminded of that. I'm going to be doing my diligent duty to remind him of that every single time. So,
Looks like Sarah's
yeah.
got a handful of beans on the grind here.
The Pede grind is an interesting choice. It's fairly safe, so Sho might be able to get a couple more levels this way. Not having a tile for it, though, is what's going to hurt him. Oh, those waters aren't all pleasant either, so... Yeah, that's a little bit of backstory for those that are just watching this for the second time and seeing the original that we had a few months ago for this. Sign the cube. More memes that our good friend Shalazia here in chat is reminding us of in this community.
I'm pretty sure Show's gonna have to change up his game plan soon because he's getting nowhere fast diving this place.
The sense of frustration might start. I know he's a tough cookie, so he's going to be able to get through this mentally, but the frustration would start to mount on a lot of people at this point. I don't really blame anybody for just not wanting to really like either go on or just go on the path that they're on currently. They would, you're correct, change things up in order to
I
be able
probably
to
would have rage quit
progress.
42 minutes and 43 seconds ago.
I am at 44:15 on my screen, so you are
Yeah,
in
well,
the future.
I didn't start the timer for 2 minutes late, so
That's fair.
I was even told beforehand you got to start the time, but you know, it happens.
Looks like Zar's going back to that other grind tile for the one that's by the throne there. Gonna start catching up some more levels here. Oh,
Yeah,
Show
like
takes out
some
some
enemies
sharks.
now.
That's level 26.
Yeah, he'll probably unequip the Massa once the black belt hits 32, I'd say.
Yeah, I think the number of hits that you deal static is 32 and 42 for the big one, so...
I think it's 32, 37, and 43, I think.
I think it was 42, but either way, it's before
Either
50.
way,
So.
I haven't even thought about this game in a year, so I'm probably wrong on everything I say right now.
That's fair. Been a long time for me too, don't worry. But we're here for you live with our wonderful friends at the Retro Gaming Live TV community. My name is Atoli, I'm the Retro Gaming Idol, aka Lyra in chats, and Canuck is a good friend of ours that has been missing for a little while, but that's okay because we're bringing him back because there is no escape from this game.
And Sar's got his floater.
There we go. Now you just have to find the desert to use the floater in, and then Zara's going to be taking a big lead.
Forgive the tracker if it just doesn't happen from time to time. I might pay attention, I might not. Just don't know yet.
Speaking of the floater desert, let's see it right there. Yep, there we go. Zara's in the air at 46 minutes, 11 seconds by looks of it.
This is going to open up a lot now.
There are two big major continents and several islands to start looking through. So, oh, there's Sky Fortress 2, I think?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
an
that's Fortress 2.
in here, I believe. If the incentivized chests aren't randomized.
Incentivized chests? I don't believe are. As I look
Money
this up.
there. Money, 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 money.
Oh, here we go. The incentivized locations are Ice Cave, Ordeals, and Marsh Cave, so... These can just be
That's
anything,
a
they could
lot
even
of
be a
ruse
boat.
staff. Sar now has a ruse staff on every character.
Beautiful. That's going to make late game bosses a lot safer. Sometimes you get really good luck of the draw with items for sale, sometimes you don't. But in this case, we definitely have ourselves a pretty safe seed overall.
Yeah.
But a lot of rooms on this floor, so lots of chests to check there.
Yeah, and if this ain't incentivized, you probably... I don't know if there's anything loose in this seed or not. I'm not sure what the loose ratio was. Because I just got pulled into this 20 minutes before it started, so I didn't even read the flag.
The tail, let's see. canoe floated. The floater and canoe have been found, so
Me and my broadcast partner are pretty well just winging this from the start.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. The ribbons were loose, so.
Welcome
But
in.
these are set to chaotic.
I mean, we still haven't found any fiends, but I mean, Sarah's got a whole big map to patrol now, so.
Well, it's not technically true. We did find the Warmech floor bridge, which is supposed to TM out, so that's one of the fiends. The loose placement has been set to chaotic for this, which means random chests and NPCs tends to put more key items earlier in progression and into larger dungeons. According
the
to
Opal
the...
Cheerio.
Whoa.
Yes,
One of the best armors in the game, because everyone can equip it.
Yes, I started this whole Cheerio thing.
You did. I remember that very well.
If you hear the term Opal Cheerio or Gold Cheerio, you can blame this fella right here.
By making everyone hungry, Canuck. I know it's in your name, but come on now. First couple chests in the fire floor here are junk, so let's see what Zara finds here. More junk. This is a pretty big spread out floor though, so...
Yeah, there's lots of rooms in here, so...
And all of them are guarded by fire for the most part. Coral Sword, there's a pro cape for some death protection.
Yeah, Sarah's getting pretty well armored up here right now, so... Oh, a glove. Whew. Gotta equip that. It's -1, so it probably gives you actually minus defense.
The wonderful pile of junk. It's like the power glove, it's so bad. That's some
Well, it's a
XP in a
glove
pocket.
-1, so it loses a point of absorb, but it only has 1 point to begin with.
It's the glove that you put on when you're challenging someone to a duel, because it does no damage, but it makes people really angry. And there's a second ribbon for Zara there.
Yeah,
That's
ribbons
really nice.
Ribbons are a premium in this game. And Show, meanwhile, is still struggling to get through this place.
Zara widening its lead by a large margin. Finding the bottom parts. There's only like one more room to check here. Yeah. Now this is the Agama file that you would normally run on, so not Agamas today though. Oh, there's your golden bowl of honey nut Cheerios.
Hey, yeah, we got a copper, an opal, and gold. Need
Oh,
some
the
milk.
copper one's now been tossed, so.
We need
Snorting darkness.
milk.
Ooh, scary. Those bowls look more annoying than anything.
So Show is out there finally. Show's got to be thinking to himself, "Where do I go?" Because he's got to find that canoe. Like that's the biggest thing.
Because the canoe will eventually lead to being able to find the floater.
But see, the thing is, Show is going to have a hard time with the pirates.
Fair. I
And
don't think we've seen any caster items so far, so.
And I believe the pirates held what was the canoe. I think.
I believe that was the crystal for the pirates, yeah.
So right now, I'd say Sarah's got a hefty lead at the moment.
Yeah, being able to be exploring the other continents is a major advantage so far. We'll see what happens, though. Anything can happen in Final Fantasy Randomizer. It could even be a boat.
Equalizer. The Great Equalizer is still on the horizon. Temple of Fiends can turn the tide really quickly.
Hail Hydra! Wait, what? So one of the things I like to joke about in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community that hasn't caught traction yet is the I call this the Final Fantasy Potion Simulator, because in this game they allow you to buy with quality of life enhancements up to like 99 of an item in a shop, but you can still only use potions one at a time. So I just call it Final Fantasy Potion Menuing Simulator. I know the devs weren't going to leave it alone because they wanted to keep the purity of the game, but it's one of my primary quirks with not playing this, because why do I want to spend my game menuing something that only heals me for 30 points at a time when it can just,
Looks like
go to
Shoto
different
left out
versions
of
of the
the
game.
fire thing.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to use that heal shirt now.
Opting not to, so still gonna take about 7 hits there. Well, missing a few of them at least. Oh. Okay, now is the time to use that Kira shirt. Actually, a little late. Turn order, turn order! No! Down goes Show again. Looks like he realizes now is the time to actually go through with this no matter what. Just gotta time it a little bit better.
Yeah, just gotta put your foot to the floor and go. Meanwhile, Sar's finding some more floors here. Looks like C24R, his robot character, is taking a nap.
Meanwhile, his cousin R2D2 is off in another universe, so... Show manages to get back to 7 right here. Getting a little low on HP, though. That's
Yeah, he's got to use the shirt this round. He can't afford to wait.
not anymore, no. Oh, yeah. Turn order, maybe? Maybe? Ooh, 7 hits, 32. Nope, that down you go. When he gets to about like 200 HP, that seems to be like the perfect time to use it with
You
how hard
almost
they're
have
hitting.
to use it. You almost have to hit one, use the shirt. Hit one, use the shirt. Hit one, use the shirt. Then you can hit two and use the shirt.
So it looks like Sho has done the smart thing to do in this situation. Takes off the ribbon because the pirates don't seem to be doing anything but auto-attacking here. And Sho's not taking damage anymore because the ribbon equipment actually lowers the black belt slash fighter's defenses. So, yeah. Sho is no longer dealing with any of these problems, so he's going to be able to clean this up real quick. Very, very nice change of strategy here to turn the tide.
This is what we like to call in the business a veteran move.
Ah, that's a classic phrase of ours. Oh,
It's like
sorry,
the
fighter.
can hire a red mage.
5 hits, 518. That black ball is already swinging like a champion right here.
He's got a mass and everybody swings like a champion.
Even in Digimon, because Digimon are the champions. Only one more left for Sho. We have ourselves Crystal coming up right here. Progression for Shofukomachi. Let's go. Took 55 minutes, but we're getting there.
Now back to Matoya, because Matoya had the canoe, I believe.
That would be
Now,
accurate, yeah.
Does Sho remember where Matoya is?
And that's the perils of these flags with entrance and floor shuffle, because you have to make really good memory of where the heck everything is. I believe it was right here in the volcano floor. So thankfully not too far to walk.
Yeah,
There
here
we go.
it is. So he's gonna get his canoe, and he'll finally be able to hopefully get his floater and get on the way.
By this time, Sho should have a bunch of money, so he'll be able to. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's got more than enough to buy the floater with. Jeez.
Meanwhile, Sar is leaving the continent, it looks like.
Moving on to the next area here. So we got one smaller continent we started on. Now we have one giant continent of the south right here.
Sar's not going in the cave. Interesting. Didn't even take a look at it. Meanwhile, Sho was into the Temple of Ordeals.
Yep, we saw the Ankylo tile right here, which Sho might opt for, knowing how he operates with being able to punch things now.
Sar's found Elfland. Yeah, that's the name of the town. We'll be able to get a couple of magic shots in here now. There's Fast.
Fast is a pretty major find. Haste, yeah. Fire 3 is a really nice find too, because it's a level 2 spell slot, so that means both the ninja can learn it after it class changes, and then the black mage can use it pretty ad nauseum, so very nice finds in that magic shop resort. Very, very good.
So there's a quick spell and a fast spell.
I'm not sure. Like, Quick Spell seems like it was one of the newer ones that were added in, but the original Haste Spell would just, like, pretty much double the amount of hits you would take every turn.
Yeah, I think the quick spell would probably double, maybe give you 2 goes.
Oh, Lupa Lupa Town, Lufenia, that's what it was.
I think Sho is going through the Temple of the Ordeals now, so he's going to pick up his item soon.
Very nice. Show's starting to get back into this one. But that's how it is for a scale comp like this. You sacrifice your early game to pay off the late game really, really hard, and Show's going to be able to punch things really, really soon. Oh, except for those Ankylos just one-shotting him. Goodness. 7 hits, 543, down goes Show. Gotta do the maze all over again.
There's not a lot you can do about that. Meanwhile, Sire's doing some shopping here for spells, weapons. But I really haven't seen any big-time spells, like no nukes, no fades. There's a lock 6.
Lightning 4, level 7. I think we're hiding all the major non-elemental spells here. So.
A lock 6 reduces it by 120. So I guess that's better than lock 2.
Something that I didn't mention that I'm now noticing on Zar's screen is the fact that it actually tells you what the spells do in their like damage ranges. It looks like that's something way newer in the randomizer.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That's how I was kind of figuring out what was going on here. But oh, pro rings and gold Cheerios for sale, pretty
Tier
cheap.
7 shirts too.
Yeah, this is a good place to stock up. Sire's gonna be in good shape now.
Oh, down goes Show again. But
oh, he sold the gloves. Oh, game over.
Oh no.
Yeah, Sire's got some good armor stuff going here now, so.
Show running over to Lufenia here. Lupa Lupa! Probably checking the magic shops. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, Sire's looking really nice on the armor now. He's selling all his old stuff and getting the gold Cheerios and pro rings for everybody that needs it.
9 wolves there, but 3 of them, 4 of them run away on the first turn. So, oh, no, there they go. 2 left.
That's another thing about the black belt. When you get him high, his morale is higher than the enemy, so there's a good chance the enemy's actually going to run from you.
Oh, all of them ran away. I mean, wouldn't you run away from Saitama or Kenshiro or somebody that would just one-shot you into the dirt? Yeah, I think I would too.
I like to refer to him as Mike Tyson.
That's also a thing.
You know, he's short, got short arms, but it's like an absolute machine.
Great imps starting to run away now too. Oh, 431. That's pretty solid damage for using Massive Snow. Should probably waiting, as we mentioned, until level 42 for those.
I would think 32 is the first break point for black belts. I think that you get rid of the Massa or a sword. But then again, when you got a Massa, you know, it's pretty much on pace with what a black belt can do anyway.
Show exiting out of the dungeon after beating Garland and rescuing the Princess Sarah.
Are gonna put that Oxyale to use, it looks like.
Yep. Got that a while back. And into... Looks like an Earth
floor.
Oh, is it?
Yep, this is Carrie's floor.
This is Carrie's floor. I've never seen that treasure chest there before. Interesting.
Yep, it's there. It's shared with it's a shared chest with with another one. I can't remember which one it's shared with, but
the NEC spell that Zara just casting. It looks like it's some form of. Oh, okay. Now I see where we're at. It just looked weird because it was in the corner there. That looked like a form of a giant AoE spell, but it definitely didn't look like nuke or anything like that because it had some sort of like glowing Hadouken fireball kind of image when casting.
Sho's got his floater. Now Sho is gonna be thinking to himself, if Sar got here, he is in major trouble.
Because we're looking at, let's see, Zara's in the air well over 10 minutes ago, so.
So Sho's gonna be thinking to himself right now that he's behind by a
Most
lot.
likely, yeah. Knowing the caliber of your opponents, Sho is definitely thinking he's behind at this point.
So now Sho's gonna pick his movements very carefully at this point.
Thankfully, the houses are really cheap real estate, so I'll be able to fully heal whenever, basically.
I remember one race I won the real estate market.
The best game to do that in is a little-known series called Itadaki or Fortune Street, where you can not only buy properties, but you can also manipulate the stock market to ruin your opponents. It's like Dokapon Kingdom. It's a game you play with friends, and you don't have your friends after that. So, Show
And we have
finally in the air here. Going to check out the sky floor here.
Sar is about to take down our first fiend, maybe.
It's the purple punching bag. One of my favorite things to just beat up on for lots of silver points. Oh wait, that's the wrong game.
Sar's in great shape. He's got roost sticks on everybody. He's got lots of armor. I can't see Lich being much of a speed bump at this point.
Yeah, the vampire is the other speed bump. Well, Show electing to take these 6 sorcerers here, still being able to mop them up pretty well. They're not dealing a whole lot of damage to them, so be able to get some more XP right here too.
I gotta admit, Lich is hanging in there, though. Oh, look at that. Tempers hits everybody.
10,000 XP for Show. 29. Okay, he's almost at that first point. And he found that roost staff, so he's very happy about that.
And Sar lights our first orb at that 1 hour, 5 minute mark.
Very nice. Well done.
Pretty sure Sar's gonna pick it up now. He's got good armor, he's got good levels. Once he finds the fiends and stuff, I think he's gonna be in good shape.
So for the boss stats, these are lower than they're used to with their 500% shenanigans, but 250% to 400% for stats, and then HP scaling is 250 to 350, so they're pretty bulky and they hit pretty hard, but not insurmountable.
Should make Kraken 2 fun.
Define fun.
Um, I don't.
Well, there's Bahamut,
It's
but
hard
that's
to define.
So where you would normally go to class change, but Zara just finding out the information that Bahamut is in vanilla location, so they're going to need the tail for being able to evolve classes there. Which nobody's found yet, so.
No, they really haven't found too many key items yet. Like, we're still missing, like, the loot, the key, the rod, the TNT, the adamant, the herb. Looks like Sho is now finally under the air. Sho is doing what Sar did 10 minutes ago. So Sho is about a good 10 to 15 minutes behind Sar at this point.
Another Earth Cave floor right here. One of the things we didn't talk about earlier was what we call the NPC guillotine flags, where if you talk to an annoying NPC that's in your way, you just bonk them straight out of the way. These bats like to do that a lot, so I was gonna go and just snap its neck. And we at RGL do not condone animal violence, but these bats are annoying, so, just bonk them.
Now Sar picked up Season Ice 3 armor, an Ice Armor +3. And he's trying to make a decision if he wants to discard something, but I guess he's not going to.
I guess you can pull an Ozzy Osbourne and just throw the bat headless
Hey,
at
the
something.
mermaids.
Yay, mermaids. Mermaids there are no encounters on this floor, and there's a lot of chests here, so, the
And
best girls are sharing their treasure with you. And Zara kills one of them. What a murder combo.
so much for the PG.
There's another Ice 3 shield.
Steel armor.
You're not
Absolutely
stealing that
high
armor. It
aboard.
costs money in a shop. XP, a mute, gun.
So when they get XP in the chest,
Mhm.
and they gain a level from it, does it only take place in the next fight?
To my knowledge, yes. I am not 100% sure though, because that was before my time as a FFR player. Flame shield right there is not much special either.
Now, he left the saber gauntlet behind. That's interesting.
I believe those were in stores earlier, so. Zard electing not to cast Exit here, though, is interesting too.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he remembers he has it, or if he's just wants to check another room in here, maybe.
There's this one room down here we didn't check on the way in, so. There's the XPs that have decided not to be in the fight anymore. Oh, cat claws. That is a black mage only weapon that enables them to deal some minor amount of auto attack damage. So
Yeah, it's a weaker version of a katana.
more or less, yeah. You can also find it in stores sometimes too, but that's the first time we've seen it so far here. So
But all a black mage needs is a silver dagger, and he can take down carry.
anything can be used to kill everything in this game. So
And I celebrated that win very nicely. I think I was the first person to take carry down with a silver dagger and a black mage.
the Mirage Tower on Zar's End actually showing a Mirage floor, but they need the cube in order to go through that room. So that's a note for later.
Looks like Show has found the fire floor, so Show's starting to make progress now. He's got levels. He's starting to get the airship, so hopefully he can catch up, but will remain to be seen.
Oh, we found ourselves.
Crescent Lake.
There you go. Hire a thief? Question mark. But we already have one. Why would we need more?
So there is a free item in here, so that's another key item he'll be able to get.
Dragon armor, and there's your infamous
Cheerio.
opal Cheerios, yeah. Time to fire sale for those.
Oh yeah, definitely. An opal Cheerio, a pro ring, and a ribbon. Yeah, you're stacked. You're loaded for bear there.
The Holy Gauntlet's not bad for some single target, as we mentioned earlier too. But with this game, weapons are less likely to be filled up in your inventory, but armor almost always is. So you have to shuffle around some stuff in order to
I mean, like
keep
Sarah's sitting
property
pretty
supply.
armor wise now.
A slow 5? Okay, that's weird. Ruse level 3 and a level 1 spell slot's not too bad. The rest of that doesn't look like it's anything useful.
That AM whatever spell resists everything, so that's pretty cool.
I mean, if you have the room for it, sure, that's definitely a big find.
Well, he doesn't have to buy any like ruse spells because he already has ruse, right?
Blazar already found all those ruse staves and stuff, so we mentioned that earlier. So Warp 7, it's in a level 6 spell slot, so that means you have other sources of being able to use that, and then you can just, once you're out of the dungeon, just press the house button and get all your spell slots back, so.
So now, does the warp spell actually like take you back more than one floor if it's warp 7? Like, what's the number for it?
According to the item description in game right there, it says it still only takes you back one floor, so it's probably just numbered for the sake of being numbered. Zard finding the bottle there from the confused old man, so we've found Gaia previously on a different town, so be able to go back and release the fairy there for another item check.
Yeah, Sar's definitely got a lead going here.
Looks like the map layout of this town has changed, so you don't have to go all the way back around it for wasting extra time. But we have ourselves... Oh, there's the rod.
Could be needed or might not be needed in this shuffle.
The rod will break open a couple tiles in... or one in Earth Cave for sure, but it's on Earth Cave floor 3 if I remember right, so... Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one yet. It's a rock lobster. Alright, we have some new floors here to discover. Let's go ahead and check this out. Very spread out floor though, so not a lot of stuff going on in here. Looks like the map layout of this floor is like a reverse of what it normally is. Because normally the stretch that leads right here to that staircase is on the left side of the map, not the right. And Canuck in chat there. If you haven't yet, please be sure to follow our runners. They are putting on an excellent show for you tonight. Thank you again, RGL, for having us. As always, we really appreciate your time tonight. Canuck, I really appreciate you joining me last minute. It's been a fun little adventure, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's when you don't do something for a while. I don't think the last time I calmed the match would have been. Oh boy, I can't even remember when the last time I did one.
Some good times here tonight.
Oh yeah, it's just certain times I've gotten into other things. So
There's a katana there for a ninja, so that's free.
now a katana +4 on a thief, that could be dangerous.
Still haven't found a tail anywhere though, so we're still without class change for both of our runners here.
Yeah, that is true. All
Oh,
those are found.
Elfin
But
Castle.
does he have the herb? He does not have the herb, I believe.
Nope. The herb has not been discovered yet.
Or the key to open the door, so that's pretty much a useless place right now.
More notes for later.
The show is going to take these mucks out one at a time.
Muck is one of the best Gen 1 Pokemon. It's so friendly, it just wants to hug you with its big,
Did he just hit
slimy,
it like?
poisonous self.
Oh yeah, that black belt is just. Oh yeah, the black belt hits muck for 1200. All the other mucks scatter.
I
Send them.
mean, taking the opportunity to heal right there is also pretty nice for free. 1090 punching, oh dear. There we go. There's those 8 hits of Fist Justice. 4500 XP is massive though, holy cow.
Yeah, mucks always take extra damage with physical attacks.
We found the ship on Zara's side, but we already have airship access, so that might not...
Oh.
Oh, okay, throw that thing on the trash. Let's go.
Okay, now Show is going to punch something on this floor very hard, very fast.
One enemy at a time.
Although he's on the
But,
crack floor, so
yeah, turn order is... Oof. Might need a run here. I don't think you can get turn order against 5 of those. Nope. 101. Oh dear. Yep, down he goes.
Now, I
Right,
don't think Far went down far enough to know that Kraken is down here.
This might be another case of Show having to unequip the ribbon there for the extra defense stats, because those wraiths don't look like they're casting anything, they're just hitting really hard.
Meanwhile, Sarah's just cleaning up the checks. Oh, there's our waterfall. Which is not our waterfall.
What can I say? You're my wonderfall. And you're my waterfall.
Oh, look at the floor Sar found. He has the rod. That is some good luck there.
Yep, this is the speed bump floor we were talking about earlier. There's a couple chests in here. There's one chest next to the vampire. Oh, bye, Pat.
There's one chest way out of the way that a lot of people skip.
Looks like Zara's skipping that one too.
Yeah.
Not that I blame them for that.
That's bit me a couple of times in races.
Oh, you had key items shuffled in chest then?
But if there's nothing loose, then I don't think it would make much of a difference anyway.
Yeah, the only thing that's really loose was what I mentioned earlier. Oh, Nice speed bump.
Yeah, Sar's in a good position right now. Another good Kraken floor. Lots of chests. Excal -2. Toss that in the trash.
Yep. Zara already found that one. Toss in the toilet.
Oh, that's what you said toss it in the trash for earlier.
I didn't even say its name, nor will I say its name. It just goes straight in the trash. Feels like a show's actually been on this floor before. Oh, there's that Gurmadus I was talking about earlier. 14 hits. Okay, yeah, just leave that alone. I don't
Another
speak its name, Shy. You know that. Oh, 5 hits. Show is definitely just handling this no problem. Takes the opportunity to heal real quick. Oh my goodness. That massive
Yeah.
cure bomb is saving his life right now, that's for sure. Here's the glove.
Yeah. Yeah, Show's gonna be able to make up some ground now that he's gotten a few more levels and the black belt's hitting like an absolute tank. Sar might have trouble in the end game depending if the fiends are high evade or not. Gas Dragon and some ghosts. Ooh. That's probably going to be worth a pretty penny worth of experience right there.
I've always called the gas dragons the Taco Bell dragons. It's pretty self-explanatory as to why.
That ghost just wiped Show off the face of the planet.
That's unfortunate, Mike. I wouldn't recommend eating them. You just give them to other people so they can cook them. It's like a blowfish. You don't generally cook it unless you know what the heck you're doing.
Ooh,
And there's a very
third
bad chance
ribbon.
of bring up.
3 ribbons now for Sar. It's looking good.
Everything's coming up Czar House, apparently.
And we have some ochos, which are the vegetarian version of the nachos.
Well, nachos can be vegetarian. They can even be vegan these days, too.
Ooh, here we got a double path here for Sar now. Should have 2 ways to go.
Yeah, one path off in the upper right-hand corner usually leads you to mermaids in the vanilla game. The other half would lead you downstairs into the Kraken floors. But this is floor shuffle, so who the heck knows where these go? Oh, there's Northwest Castle.
But no crown, so or key, so another place that they can do nothing about.
Well, for now, anyways.
Sar must be mapping this out. That's why he's pausing.
Yeah, Zara is definitely taking a lot of good notes here, so. But that's one path. What does the other path lead to is the real question.
I'm gonna say it's gonna lead to I don't know.
Only the shadow knows.
What floor is this? Oh, this is one of the earth
Sky
floors.
Castle. It's a Sky Floor 3, if I remember right. That's where you throw the sword that shall not be named down into the big abyss portal
I've
right there.
thrown the Vorpal out that window many a times, and I'm proud to say it.
I tossed Massa out there too, but I definitely tossed the forbidden weapon out too. Flame Shield, Dragon Sword.
Right now,
I like Steel Hammer, but Steel 1.
I'm kind of wondering what Sar's looking for in chests. Is it loose items? Because he's pretty much got all the good weapons and armor he needs.
There's a lot of loose items that are listed in there. Like the tail is still loose. The juice is loose too if you prefer old school fruit snacks.
Oh, here we go.
Found the sage floor, okay. So give us a key
I think
item.
I've given up on the tracker.
Ooh, biscuit.
I'm guessing that's the ruby.
Yep. Name something completely different. Now, It's been a while since I've talked to you, Canuck. What's your favorite kind of biscuit?
My favorite type of biscuit. Oh, probably a cheese biscuit, I guess.
I think my favorites would be if you use like some white sausage gravy. That's like my favorite kind of biscuit. But a good cheddar cheese biscuit or something like that would also be pretty acceptable, I feel.
Yeah, I don't need a lot of biscuits. Ooh, a gas weapon.
Gas axe. Not to be confused with gas axe, which is a medicine you can use to relieve your symptoms. But
Yeah. So it looks like Sarah's gonna leave this place.
well, these are another I think chest or two down here. So oh,
So not much to these two packs, really.
yeah, we found some good stuff in here, but mostly a dry check.
Yeah, Sarah's pretty much just looking for key items right now. That's what he needs.
40 gold. I
Yeah.
mean, everybody needs that. In this economy, every gold matters.
Yep. Yeah. With the carbon tax and the toilet paper tax and TV tax. Who knows anymore?
I
It looks
mean,
like
where I live, they charge you $8 or 8 cents per shopping bag that you use, unless you bring your own. So
I wonder if Sar's forgotten he's got the exit spell.
likely at this point, considering Zara hasn't used it in the past couple dungeons. That's where Sho can start chipping away at the lead just by a little tiny bit at a time, but it'll all add up to something.
Ooh, an
Elbow
old material
bracelet,
lantern.
slow 5. Oh, another piece of garbage. And the bottom chest right here. Oh, portal.
Oh, Sar's making his way out, but he's walking out, so he must forgot while his mages are dead, I guess. That probably could be what. But
Yeah,
isn't
the
it the
black
fun?
mage instead. No, it's a black mage spell. That's why Zara can't warp out. And then life was kind of expensive at the time, but life is a spell that is purchasable by white mage. But the white mage is dead too, so I'm just gonna walk out. This is before the time when we had instant warp items. Gone is the time shopping bags were free. That is correct. Now, if you spend usually like anywhere between $1 to like $10 to $15 if you're gonna whale on a good like durable shopping bag, you can have one that lasts for years. That'll eventually recover the cost of what you would spend on shopping bags normally. But 8 cents a bag is terrible, especially for something that's gonna just rip straight apart in the rain.
Yeah, I got so many reusable bags in my closet. It's criminal.
There is two cave entrances right there in the middle of
Like,
that
you
mountain, but
can't
how the heck do
land
you get
there
to
though.
them? Yeah, those aren't
So
tiles you can land on.
that's a weird place for two. I bet you that's probably one of Bahamut's caves, the hookups.
Oh, this floor is where you would normally find, what was it, floater? Yeah. You have to drop down some holes there. That was a volcano
There's
we
a
haven't checked
volcano.
out.
Sire now is just picking locations and trying to find stuff at this point. Oh, he wants to bring his mages back.
That is one way of restoring life to things, is apparently hiring other things.
Sire's going back into this cave here.
I think we have not checked this one yet. Sorry, just making sure they have every character they need in order to run through this. Ooh, worms are kind of scary. So I've got 3 chests in here. One of them is locked behind the... Oh, there you go. But you can actually cheat and use warp here. There's the tail, finally. Okay, so I can class change. But something to note that Show apparently had at one point that Zara didn't is the warp and exit spells on the 8th level spell slots.
Ah, so it was Show. I thought it was Sire that had that. Maybe it was Show.
I think my mind is just playing tricks on me there. Possibly. It doesn't seem like either of them really have it. Because black belts can't cast magic unless they're suddenly gifted with it.
Sarah's gonna do the old class changer Rooney.
This will open up a lot of different weapons and armors for the front lines in particular.
Yeah, he's gonna put the katana. I don't blame him. I'd do the same. Putting that cat claw to use.
Hooray, kitty claws! There's a friend in our chat here that is very well accustomed to their cat claws.
I mean, Sarah can even equip the cure shirt now and to heal too on.
If you sell those opal bracelets, that'll get you some space back that you can get for other spell accessories eventually.
Yeah,
but...
money's a problem for Sarah now, though.
True.
He's pretty much got all the items, armor, and weapons he needs. Now he just needs key items to get into go mode and fiends to kill.
Like, orbs are the one thing we don't really have a lot of right now. So there hasn't been too many fiends that have been bested.
Well, the only fiend we haven't seen right now is Lich's floor. We've seen the other 3 floors.
Oh, there's Life 8, Tier 3, and Exit 5. Okay, those are all in good slots, too.
It's like, what does Life 8 do that Life 2 wouldn't do?
Nobody knows what the monkey would do. The songs of Animaniacs.
Yeah, like, I don't get the numbers besides some of these spells. Some of them I can see, but other ones it just doesn't seem right.
I think there's just numbers for the sake of numbers. There's the slab turning right there. Opal armor, not too bad. Not the best armor, sure. Better than nothing.
Better than a sharp stick in the eye.
That sharp stick can kill chaos, though. Have you ever killed a wooden stick into chaos? It's very satisfying. It also takes a lot of turns.
Looks like Sarah's going back for the good old fiend there. Oh, and Shoals brought everybody back to life all of a sudden. Wonder what that's about.
Show's got some decent levels on the black belt now. Maybe it's time to just start catching everybody back up. Because you got rainbow mages there, you got a lot of things that you can use. There's our favorite Agamas. What's your favorite Agama fact?
I don't remember anything about Agama facts, I'll be quite honest.
You don't remember the Agama facts? You don't remember that inside of an Agama's little beard right there holds this fist of Chuck Norris that it can use to defend itself? You don't remember stuff like that? Goodness. It's been a long time for you.
I don't remember any of that stuff.
I'm so sad. Those are so much fun. There's an encyclopedia around there somewhere on the internet of Agama facts, so you can take a look for that one yourself. See? Weapon gets it! Oh, speaking of gas spells, ooh.
With 3 ribbons, Sarah's not really in any danger.
Now, here's the slab floor that Zar had to go back from earlier, if I remember right. Terrible squirrel hunters. Now, I'm not going to give an Agama fact for every single time we run across one, but you definitely get the idea. It's basically like the meme monster of this game. It's amazing.
Looks like Show has found a different floor in the Earth Cave.
Oh, the Vox spell or whatever it is looks to actually, like, paralyze stuff? Because those scums are having their turns locked.
I don't know what the Vox spell does. Oh, looks like Show and Czardia are gonna high five here. Nope, Sarah's getting out.
The ice level 1 floor for the ice cavern is pretty long, and if you're like not doing well, like for any sort of reason, you need to go back and regroup. Okay, yeah, sorry, remember it's the slab here. Because they wiped here very, very, very long time ago. Also fluent in Klingon. I mean, they're ambassadors to the Klingon language. It's fine. Zara gets out of there with the slab this time. Knows exactly where to turn it into now, too, so they might be able to see another item check pretty soon.
So we're still missing the loot and the key for Go mode, though.
Could be anywhere. It could even be in a boat.
Tara's gonna learn a language in all of about 10 seconds.
I mean, Rosetta Stone is a very, very powerful language learning tool. And if you're into memes where the bird will come out to get you, try Duolingo as well. I'm sure they have Lufenish and the languages by now. Zara heading straight back to Lufenia to go talk to the one person that'll give them another item. See, Weapon also gets it.
Yeah, Sarah's on the path now where he just needs key items. He doesn't need any more weapons and armor.
Going back for the extra spells, though, that they couldn't actually get earlier for either money or class change racing.
The fast spell is of major importance.
Doubles the number of hits that you're wielding, makes the ninja hit a heck of a lot harder. Good thing. Harm 8 sounds pretty spicy at a level 4 spell slot, so you get a decent amount of charges for that.
Yeah, I don't know if the flag is on where harm hurts all enemies or not.
I don't remember which flag it is, to be fair. So if you go on the Final Fantasy Randomizer website, which is finalfantasyrandomizer.com, you get a lot of flags thrown in your face. However, next to each of them is a little question mark box that will pretty accurately tell you what all of them do. So it's good in that regard, but there is a lot of options you can use to customize your Final Fantasy 1 race, so if you have the free time, customize something that you might want to try. There's also the enhanced vanilla flags if you're new to the game, and you just want to play like an original modern day version of it. I recommend those. And you can even speedrun the enhanced vanilla version too if you really want to. Opal helmet, a little bit of money there.
Yeah, Sarah's just on the key item train now. But he found the first floor Mirage Tower and didn't check any of those chests, so I'm
Biscuit
kind of
time.
wondering. Yeah, sure, feed is addiction.
Oh, that's where that little cave went. Okay. Oh, here's this town. Time for the Hooray Dwarf. Yay.
No adamant or TNT, so...
What's your favorite biscuit? Yes. Yes is the answer. Yeah. Again, I love cheddar biscuits. I love buttermilk biscuits. I love sausage gravy biscuits are the best still, though. That's a
tea
southern
biscuits are good.
comfort food.
I like me a good tea biscuit.
A tent. Ooh, okay. Okay. So not too much of those treasure chests down there, but we know where the dwarf cave is now, so that's pretty easily accessible too. Great minds think alike, weapon. Great minds think alike. Saber-toothed tiger, Tyrannosaurus is here over on Show's side. Oh, wow, yeah, he's got blocked. When you get one tap like that, it hurts.
Looks like Sarah's trying to figure out his next move at this point.
So for those that are going to play this particular game for the first time, you're going to notice a lot of these floors are mirror versions of the other ones. I mentioned this earlier during the volcano floors, but this is another example of it right here. Where everything Show's doing right now is normally on the right side of the volcano. This is the left side because mirror floors. I used to live in the south. That's where I remember getting my taste for that particular dish, but I don't live down there anymore, so it's fine. I
Not
mean,
sure where Sarah's going here.
This is an Earth Cave floor.
Was there a fiend down here, I wonder?
Possibly. I don't think we've seen this particular staircase. Okay, no, we have.
Because there's still 3 fiends alive. Yeah, here we go.
That's criminal, Goblin. It really is. Sausage gravy biscuits. Oh, hi, friend. Yay, Zara's being a friend and not killing them. Now, not having that particular dish after a certain time should be criminalized. It's such a great comfort food. It's warm. It's got a good flavor to it. Because there's the Kraken orb right here. So we're gonna get our next fiend right here, but it's probably Kraken, and as we mentioned earlier at the beginning of the scene, Kraken hits like a train sometimes, so...
And here he is.
Here's the ruse staves coming into play right now. Oh, 2 hits for 147, not too bad. Thankfully, it was
He's a paper tiger today. He's a paper tiger.
Only choosing to use ruse staves one time, so we're gonna just have something better than nothing for evasion. There's a spell cast.
Uh-oh. It looks like this Kraken's got some evasion on him. I have to put out the old lock spell here.
91 damage. We've got a whiff. Yeah, I think has some really high evasion.
This is almost max evasion. Only crits are going to go through at this point.
I mean, we have fast spells on our attackers, but... Oh, there's the lock spell. There you go. The mute cast is pretty scary. That can shut your entire fight down right here. 2 hits, 251, not too bad. 2 hits, 168. You're getting there.
Why is the fighter, the thief darkened? Wasn't that... That wasn't the dark spell, was it?
It was the mute spell that affected dark, something like that. Crazy. 7 hits, 256. 6 hits, 338. Terminated. There we go. Okay, so it didn't have too much problem there. So that's the second Orblet right there. Bizarre. Still has a few houses left. Might want to go buy more. We've seen those in shops before.
I don't even know if I'd pay attention to the tracker anymore, people. This is a good floor for a lot of chests, but...
So I remember, as someone that had to manage a McDonald's several years ago, that the biscuits themselves generally don't take too long. You just throw them in the oven door for like a few minutes. Now, the sausage gravy can be made on the side too, usually kept in like heating tanks and stuff like that. If you served a lot of them, if you didn't, then it was probably not worth making. But sometimes you're gonna get that one person that wants to get a certain kind of food that you don't have prepared. It's gonna happen every time. There's another ribbon for show though. That makes what, 3? Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
I think
nice.
both have 3 ribbons right now. Well, actually, Sar could have 4, because Sar didn't check the chest on this floor. He blew right by it.
Seems fair. Now we're gonna
So
wander
Sar's
up
going to
here.
miss out on a ribbon. Which means there's 4 ribbons in this seed right now. But
There could be up all ribbons though, you never know.
I think Sar's more focused on fiends right now, though.
Expand the lead while you have it.
But it ain't going to do him much good without a loot and a key.
Which are still both very much hidden. There's a saber. Oh, saber item's not too bad.
Yeah, Sar passed up one of them earlier, too. Oh, there's Warmac.
Yay, it's friend mech time. Woo! Now, as we know, with these two, this is going to be required no matter what. Resistance is futile, and it's our friend, who is going to attempt to murder us. Nuclear-powered hugs you can never get. You're not wrong. Oh, Warmac, first hit doesn't do anything.
No, Sar's got pretty good evasion and stuff, and as does Warmac.
7 hits, 765. Whoa! Oh, now it's 4 hits, 765. It's still a lot of damage, though. And
Yeah, Sarah's going back to the roost sticks.
yeah, you don't want to get hit by that. That's insta kill pretty much. But you know, it's fine. I make sacrifices for the better of the party. That's what a white mage does. Or make everybody drink. I've got water to drink. Fast spell goes off. Warmech whiff. 56 damage. Ooh, that's evasion right there.
Yeah, Warmech's pretty maxed evasion. Show is actually found on rack now, so but I don't think he has the Oxy Ale yet. But I don't think there's much
Didn't
more
see
he can
it,
do
no.
here.
Have not seen Show pick up the Oxyal yet. 7 hits, 208. That's some good damage. 12 hits. Well, okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, that lock spell really makes a difference.
This is why everybody sleeps on it. Oh, there's a stun going off. Ooh.
Emperor
Temper being level 1 is nice.
That is really nice.
12 hits, 827. Very good.
Warmech beefy.
Yep. I mean, what would you expect out of a required boss that is arguably harder to kill than the purple punching bag himself?
Never mind, Show got the Oxy Ale.
10 hits, 579. Down goes the friend mech. And there's still another boss past that.
Which Sar has no regard for healing or checking anything out. He just goes right at it.
I mean, it's a little bit of an effort to get back in here, but not too much.
I mean, with the mute spell too, you can't use your weapons and items. The mute spell doesn't just affect spells, it actually affects caster items as well.
Lightning 4 is pretty awful. 7 hits, 283. 5 hits for 116. Yeah, this thing is actually pretty tanky entirely.
Yeah, like everything we've seen so far is. But I mean, if you're at 300%, you're probably going to be max evade if you're a fiend at this point.
248. Oh, the thief got dark hit. Okay, 7 hits, 460. Not bad. Yeah, even with being blinded, the thief is still putting out better numbers than the fighter is right now.
I don't think blind matters in this game, does it?
I think it's bugged in the original version. I'm not sure if they fixed that or not to lower the number of hits you deal or something like that. Five hits, 670. That's a big hit right there. 288. There you go.
Fiend
Nice
number
job,
3.
Mhm.
So one fiend is still on the loose. We haven't seen the Lich floor yet. And it
Oh, we
makes me
saw the
wonder,
purple punching bag earlier, just not carry.
where are all these key items at? Because we're still missing a good chunk.
Starting to run out of places to check here, and we are approaching an hour 46 right now, so this is a pretty long scene by all means and matters of it. Okay, this is back to the original continent right here.
Oh,
Sorry,
here's a check. He does have the slab translated, so.
Not suffering the curse here. We have ourselves the herb finally. Okay, that'll wake up the friends.
Now, Sar's probably got notes about where that's at, so.
Yep. Note taking is their forte, so. Back we go straight to the prince. Now, the prince was, as I remember, a couple floors down, so.
Yeah, I don't think it was that hard, though. I don't think there was anything that tricky about it.
Just a long walk.
Sar knows where he's going. And Show's fighting Lich. He's gonna light his first orb very shortly.
2 hits for 84.
I mean, Show has still got a lot of work to do to catch up, but.
But, oh, no. Purple punching bag down. Lead paint floor.
It is kind of colorless, eh?
It almost kind of blends into each other, you know?
Alright, Sar's into the herb.
He has been released from the curse. There's the loot. Or the bagpipes in this case, so all we're missing is the key now. We can actually be in go mode.
The key and one fiend, and Sar is in go mode.
Show's got some time to catch up, but gonna start
Still
poking it.
a pretty long road ahead of him.
Oh, there's the princess we didn't talk to earlier. There's the chime from Mirage Tower Access. And the crown, okay.
Now we're cooking with gas.
So we've seen Northwest Castle already, so it's just a matter of going back to that. And Mirage Tower is somewhere on the map too, and the entrance is now open for that. So more places to check. This is the... Oh, there's the loose TNT. This is the Marsh Cave bottom floor where you also have some key lock doors right there too.
Yeah, but I think Sar is pretty much at the point now where he's got enough checks to do that one of them is bound to be the key. Then he's just got to find that 4 fiend, and then he's ready to go. Remember the dwarfs were in the yeah, here we go.
Hooray! Don't have the adamant, but... Start skipping the hooray dwarf. That's depressing. Disqualified, Kappa. There's a lot of chests right there in that key locked room, but... Oh, cube. Sign it. Sign it.
So he's going on a bit of a goose chase here with these key items. I wouldn't have loved to see the cube lead to, like, the adamant, so we'd have to go all the way back to the dwarf cave.
We've seen Mirage Floor 3 already, so... Just a matter of Zara remembering, which, again, we'll have no trouble doing, so...
Meanwhile, Show is on the mermaid floor, so Show's making up some ground, but I still think this is Cyrus' race to lose at the moment.
Yeah, there was not much here on this mermaid floor, sadly, so...
Cyrus looks like he's having a little trouble remembering where a few things are here.
There was a lot of notes to take this scene, for sure. There's the Mirage Tower access.
Yeah, here we go.
Yep. Cube has been validated real quick.
This could be the last fiend floor we're missing, too, because we haven't seen that yet.
It's a lot of sorcerers. This is not a fiend floor.
This is the...
Yes, oh, yeah.
So
the
this
layout
will be
a little bit different.
Fiend for Sar. So all he's missing is the key.
Hey, except the fourth fiend is Carrie. Carrie's hanging out in the earth instead of the fire. All you just need to add now is wind, water, heart as they start powering up. Harm 8 for 426 was nice damage.
I remember Captain Planet. That was a pretty good cartoon back in the day.
Yeah. And Heart was the most useless power of all.
He's a hero.
3 hits 209. Okay, I think that's have some evasion on it.
Looks like Show is at the cube location, but I don't think he has the cube at the moment. So.
Oh! 10 hits, 451. Splat goes the white mage. There's some old VODs you can watch, Weapon. I'm sure somebody can point you in the right direction for those.
I have no idea what Sun in the Cube reference is all about.
Basically, it was some, I think, floor entrance randomizer that was, the cube was the final item that a certain person needed in order to finish the scene that did not get used, so, yeah.
Well, that's a quick waterfall.
Sure, I can explain it, no problem. Oh, yeah, goodness gracious. That's like 2 steps and you're in and out already, jeez. Ribbon plus 4, there you go.
Ribbon. So now Show everybody has a ribbon.
It's like that one episode of Seinfeld. You will wear the ribbon. XP in the chest.
But right now, Sar is like armor and weapon wise, he's pretty well. He's done. There's nothing more he needs.
Nope, you're fully geared. You just need to find the key, and then you're good.
Well, he's
Which
got the
is a
crown
couple
check.
places we haven't
So
checked out.
if he remembers where Astos is, he can check the crown.
Northwest Castle was not too deep into an entrance, if I remember right. So just a matter of which entrance was it. It's Crescent Lake, that wasn't it.
No,
But the
sorry about
revive.
the white mage. You die a lot, Lyra. What's going on here?
White mages are tanks. Have you not ever seen Final Fantasy 11 and or 14? You pull
Actually,
hate off the tank and then you just get bopped.
I have not played any Final Fantasy past 7, to be honest with you.
Goodness, that was a long time ago. There are a lot of things to missed out on. Now is, well, sorry, I'm still trying to remember. There's a lot of entrances to check. The floor we're looking for, though, I think was on the south corner, not the north one.
I don't remember where Crown was. I don't remember where Astos was, to be honest with you. I don't think Sar does either, so I think he's in a bit of trouble here.
And this is where show's gonna start creeping back into this match again. There's the ship. It's still pointless. Normally you would be like, I'm getting a free boat! But it's bad. It's worthless. So you know what? It's just not good.
Oh, I think Sar's found what he's looking for.
Volcano floor. That's floor 1 for those with vanilla. Oh, there we go. There's the rod floor.
So once again, finding a check that he does not have the key item for.
Uh-oh. Shows like, okay, where have I not gone yet to find those? Oh, so you know what we were talking about earlier with the Morbid exit to level 8 things?
Yep.
The black belt there has a couple of level 8 spell slots, and Zar does not have one, so that explains where those came from.
It does.
Yeah, that is so weird seeing a martial arts master being able to cast utility magic. More than welcome, but it's just weird to look at. And wizard speed bumps.
Yeah, like Sar's got lots of levels now. But I don't recall if Astos was down here, though.
Don't believe it was. So, where on the earth is Carmen Sandiego in this one?
Yeah, I don't remember. It might have been down here.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
here
found
it
it.
is. I didn't see the item.
It shows up in the dialogue
I
before,
can't
but
read
that
that
was,
fast.
yeah, that was in and out in a flash, so.
Adamant? Great.
Oh, there you go.
Now we'll head back to the wharf for the key. Or it could be the canal, I guess. Because the key
That
and the
would be
canal are the
really
same.
trolly if that was Canal, actually.
Oh, can you imagine? Then where would the key be?
We're starting to run out of locations this place could be, so.
I mean, if this is the canal, Sarah's gonna probably be like, "What did I miss?" Meanwhile, Sho was about to take his did take his trip through the waterfall.
Ignoring the Courage Wharf blasphemy. There's the key. Okay, we're not getting trolled here. No trolling this time. But you still
Nope.
forgot to talk with the Courage Wharf.
And Sarah's in go mode. And now Sho's found the princess and king, so I'm pretty sure it's a little too late for Sho right now.
I am quite sure Zar made this mess. This seems like a Zar NG scene.
I do believe Sho's only got one fiend down. And Sarah's already entering Temple of Fiends Revisited, so.
Yeah, got some solid levels.
Yeah, I mean, even with the boss stats at 300, I don't think Sar's gonna have much of an issue getting through here. He's got
Mm-mm.
lots of resources. He's got good weapons and armor. The only thing that can stop him is a crazy Kraken 2, maybe.
I can see that, sure. No, this is long, couple of games.
Yeah, this is long.
So we're gonna see some OG style. Play the bagpipes, go into the abyss. Unfortunately, both of these runners know exactly the layout of Temple of Fiends to the minute detail, so it's just a matter of running through.
Sho's grabbed his TNT. Sho's gonna give us a look at the rest of this floor that Sar did not.
But we know there's nothing vital here anymore, so this is gonna be losing time here. Oh, here's
Yeah.
the infamous Medusa floor that I was mentioning earlier in the scene.
You guys get
Sentry
the
robots, who
can't
cares?
open these bottom doors. And
There's
here's
Purple
lift
Punching Bag
2.
Volume 2. Now, you want to be a little bit more conservative with your spell resources, because early bosses are not going to be as bad as the later ones. Holy 6 for 90 damage, though. Holy crap, that's a lot of damage.
Ooh, Lich's a mute. But we got ribbons.
Yep.
I'd say Sar's pretty well protected here. Ooh, a nice sword +5. That's another good sword if you can't find any high-end game sword.
Very true.
I've taken the ice sword to the well a couple of times.
2 hits for 16 damage, though. Ouch. This is not exactly a punching bag, or if it is, it's just one that's not going to break on you.
He's like the
473
pinata you can't
damage, there we
break.
go. Leave it to holy magic to be really useful. Show finding the infamous man cats. Tier 7 shirt. So we knew this was the tail finder, right? So she'll be able to
Yeah,
flash
he's
change into
doing
mastery.
yeah. Now he's got the warp spell, but he's not doing it unless he just wanted to check that trap chest, maybe.
Possibly to see if there's another show tile there. Alright, so coming across carry 2 on Zara's side. Time to do our buff up and swing for the fences.
I mean, you got the ruse staffs. You might as well take the round.
Yeah, and then you're probably going to take like 2 or 3 rounds to buff evasion on Kraken 2 for sure. Yep, we have now broken the 2-hour mark, and
Not
one
yet.
runner is clearly ahead of the
No.
other, but anything can happen here.
It's only 1:59 mark. We got 30 seconds before the 2-hour mark.
I am looking at 2:01 on my side.
Yeah. Your side don't matter.
Wow. Savage.
Looks like Carrie's got high evade. I'm gonna bet dollars to donuts that most of these fiends, the rest of the fiends in Chaos, are probably gonna be max evade.
There's another rose stuff. The XPs.
Well, you're swinging that massa pretty good. See, the Massa can turn anybody into a fighter.
Well, Shine's using the katana there, so I think the Massa went on Zar's character. No, yeah, Zar's wielding Vorpal. Then I got Massa, I guess.
You got Massa, yeah. I don't know why Sar's wheeling the Vorpal. I think that's a waste of time.
I mean,
Look,
creds.
4 hits, 78. Like, why even have it?
And we can have that debate for hours, but I'd rather just have the debate of whether cats are cuter than kittens.
The useless old canal show found in one of these
Oh,
ice cores.
nice.
Meanwhile, Sar is going for what I think is probably the biggest roadblock he's going to run apart.
That is technically true. The white mage does use the Basilisk cannon.
Yeah, because the fighter's Excalibur, the thief is the katana, black belt's his fist, the red mage is the sun sword and the cannon. White mage gets the maza, and the black mage gets the katana.
The black mage gets a katana?
The cat claw, sorry.
Okay. That was kind of wild. Alright, so here we go. This is the boss you probably want to prepare a couple more turns on as far as your evasion goes. I don't think full
Yeah,
stack
because
is enough here.
he hit the thief for like 500 or something. Oh, slow 5.
Oh,
Yeah, you better ruse up those wizards, because if Kraken takes a slot at them, I think they're going down.
2 hits, 2 damage. Oh, baby.
He doesn't got evade, but I think he's got a high absorb. Meanwhile, Sho's gonna make his class change.
Oh, cast holy. Ouch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Star set up pretty good for this fight now.
If you only have limited charges, like for the Saber there, this would be a boss to use it on this or Chaos. Because Tiamat's not usually known for being overly dangerous, but she can surprise you.
5 hits, 5 better purple. That is the best.
Arm 8, 428 is pretty solid damage though. Eight hits, 402. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, that harm 8 hits pretty hard.
5 hits, 572. There's the Vorpal going actions.
That's the thing with the Vorpal. If it gets the crits, it gets the damage. If it don't get the crits, it gets no damage.
I like seeing big numbers. That's why, you know, taking the risk is more entertaining. Pretty tanky Kraken too. Oh, there it goes. 5 hits, 285. Bye-bye. Caster Blessing. Say it's tanky, immediately dies the next turn.
Hey, some eyes. Look at that.
Now,
There's
these
free.
are really solid XP right here.
Yeah, that's free XP right there.
Not their cousin the Phantom, but no, eyes themselves are fantastic.
No, the Phantom is like the worst in the game for XP.
What do you use on Phantoms? You use Clear Eyes, because Ben Stein can cure that problem. No issue whatsoever. Wow.
Didn't he have an old game show?
Win Ben Stein's money, correct.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep. Zar going into Super Saiyan mode here. So first turn, nothing special there. Oh, 2 hits, 468. Ouch. Zar taking big chunks out of that thief.
Yeah, Tiamat's hitting pretty hard.
I told you she can be surprising. Oh, there goes a little bit less damage.
Well, then she hit the fighter. The fighter is armored to the teeth right now.
Fast 5. You know, that movie was so many years ago that 10 hits, 231. Okay.
Yeah, Tiamat doesn't have too much evade here, so I can't see this taking very long. Meanwhile, Sho is
7
still
hits,
looking
302. Excellent. 11 hits, 649. Very good. Still buffing here. Why want to save a couple of those spell charges for Chaos, though?
Is it the regular chaos or is it the alternate chaos?
Good question.
I don't think Sho has got any chance of coming back in this one.
I mean, Zara is on Chaos floor, so one Chaos fight can go very wrong, so you never know.
It's true.
Not to cast a curse or anything, but I think that anything can and does go wrong in these kind of scenes. Oh, it's just vanilla Chaos, okay. It's just the big winged teddy bear himself.
Ooh, nuclear.
Nuclear hugs!
Didn't do much though.
Here's
That's not because of
John.
the ribbon. That was just low roll. Because nuclear is non-elemental.
Homer
Those folks
Simpson. It's
know.
pronounced nuclear. Oh, there's fast 3 or quick, whatever that does.
So does that give him two attacks? I wonder.
I don't know. I've never seen it cast before, so it got me.
Or maybe he just goes first in the round.
Nope, definitely cast Harm 8 first. 460. 8 hits for 201, not too bad. Ink for Ribbon's not going to happen at all. 8 hits 472. Okay, that's some pretty consistent damage right there.
Yeah, this is over.
7 hits 716. Beautiful. 11 hits 945. Goodness gracious. Even with 300% boss stats, that's not going to last all that much longer. 13 hits 1368. Whee! Another 8 for 907.
At most, Chaos can have 6,000 HP. That's if he's fully at the 300%.
541,009 terminated. GG Czar. Congrats. Wow. What a race. Oh my goodness. And the power of the 4 orbs has been lit, and yeah, that was a scene. They'll be able to unmute and deafen whenever they are ready, and we'll start off with some big questions.
Finish this out, or?
Well, show's still going on by the looks of it.
Well,
Still
I
got
might
a
have
couple
to
more
step
fights to
out
do.
because it's like 1:30 a.m. here, and I got to get up early tomorrow.
That's 100% fair, and I completely understand.
Because I'd say show is still a good hour for finishing this.
I'll definitely stay on board for this one, since I live in a time zone that is very friendly to late night stuff, so. Let's see.
Yeah, it doesn't get much farther east than where I'm at, so.
Fair. See.
But anyway, it was fun. It was good commentating with you again. We'll have to do this again sometime, I'm sure.
Yeah, appreciate you, Canuck. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks to the channel, and tell Sarah and them I'm sorry I had to kick out early, but yeah, I gotta golf. I gotta go golfing tomorrow, so I need a little bit of rest.
It's a Sunday. That's fine.
That means we're gonna lose the tracker because I'm gonna cut my stream on the tracker here.
That's fair. Oh, there it goes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to my crude voice for a couple hours, and I hope you all have a good night.
Thank you for being here. Can I see you next time, okay?
You shall.
So, Show's gonna go ahead and pick up on the rest of this race, because it looks like it's gonna stick with us for however long it's gonna take, possibly. $208.50. Goodness, yeah. That's the good stuff. So as I mentioned, Ice 1 is actually a pretty long floor. Like, there's this gigantic top part that shows on right now that, like, it takes a million steps to walk through. Yeah, we're just waiting for Zara to come in for some interview questions, which I ask very few questions because I love hearing what the runners experience more than I do asking questions. While we're waiting for them to come back in, show is heading back to where we pretty much all started. It's the rebel scum. Didn't get a chance to say that earlier. I just wanted to throwing some Star Wars references for you all there. Oh, there's the war mech floor we were talking about. So, Show should have the levels to actually deal with this. Yes, resistance is futile. You keep telling us that, that's not going to help. So, Rainbow Mages, it looks like close to a max level for our master now, so. We're going to punch for the fences. So, it's all a matter of just setting it up. Oh, 4 hits, 1095 to the black belt. Oh goodness, do you have the power to keep going is the real question. Nope, the show's like, okay, I'm not doing that. Oh goodness gracious, that was brutal. Then, now, forever. Forever in the dirt for the poor master there. Show gonna give it another go though, so. Appreciate the determination and sticking with us for this particular manner of chaos. Back to our wonderful friend Mech.
Ooh, what a journey that was.
Congratulations on your victory, GG.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to the crew for coming in tonight at the last moment. Thank you, RGL, for hosting us. I know it's getting a bit late. And thank you, viewers, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this race.
So, tell us what your thought process was through all of this craziness.
Okay, well, it's confession time here. I didn't test these flags, and when I started them and I discovered that the random spells were on, I thought, oh dear. So shame on me. I should have tested these. I take full blame for this, and I'm sure Show is going to let me know.
Good old Zarblin. So, was there any point in this particular one where you felt like you were possibly behind?
Yes, I took that wipe early, trying to dig deep. I found the slab. I tried to get out of there with it, and I felt behind right after that point. Show is such a high-tier elite runner. He makes few mistakes, and I kind of pushed after that point.
It's funny enough you bring that up, because you two made very different party decisions. Cho decided to take the scaling approach and brought up a black belt slash master, and well, Sho had an extremely rough early game and got buried by several minutes. And your lead was just steadily growing onwards and upwards. You were the first in the air around 55 minutes or so, if I remember right, and then Sho didn't get in the air until like 10 minutes later or so.
Wow, I thought for sure he'd be in the air before me because that floater was just south of where we started, and I took the long way around in exploration of that island.
Well, the funny thing was, it's like you went on that Gaia shopping trip, and then you checked the item shop, and there was the floater. So it was like, oh, geez, I just spent all that money. Do I go back and just buy the floater now and get the gear later? But you chose to stick with it, and that worked out great for you.
It did. I thought, aside from the obvious mistakes that I made, I played pretty well considering there was no practice, and it was kind of a last-minute thing. I know this was scheduled to be Will Cleosis' show, as Show was the winner of the last seasonal showcase. But Will could not make it, so I stood that in for him here. I'm just an interim champion now.
So you're just taking the place of, oh, this person's unable to make it or injured. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and substitute for the title holder. But that does make you a champion, whether it is a temporary or permanent one. It does not matter. You won this race and you run it by a lot, so.
I'm surprised. It's good to get the win, though. It's good to get back in the racing saddle. We haven't done an FFR race, me and Show, in quite a while, so this was a lot of fun. It was different, having to adjust to these spells. Fortunately, they do have the info window available now, and that was very helpful.
I noticed there was a lot of stuff that was added into the randomizer since I last paid attention. Show just finished off TMAP 1 there. Where they just tell you a lot of what everything does, and I think that was actually a really incredible asset to what this is. Forced to defend the belt, that is very true. So, you versus Will in the next one, I guess, since Will didn't get to make this one.
Yeah, we're probably going to be looking for sometime around August for that. These will happen every season, every 3 months or so. And Will should be available. If not, then I'm going to kind of tug on his ear because we really need to get him in here.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see a good barn burner between you two. Or even potentially making it a 3 to 4-way race, depending on who's interested in coming to claim your championship gold now.
It gets lonely at the top, but the view is great.
So, chat, going back and forth with you here on your choices of clearing the game, I'm noticing.
I did not use the power of Esh. It was available. It just kind of never came to fruition. The power of Esh being the instant death attacks and types of weapons.
Yeah, there weren't really any Brack weaponry that I saw, but I did see the spell at one point. You just said, nah, I'm good.
How about that Harm 8 spell? That was, wow.
That was a great find for you, and it was in a decent spell level slot too, so you had plenty of charges on that.
This was a fetch quest seed. There was a lot of fetch questing required, a lot of routing, a lot of mapping.
So how was your note-taking on this? Because I noticed you were doing really good early on, but when you were starting to come down to, I only need the key and like one other item, you seemed to be hesitating a little bit on where you were going. Were you having to go through a lot of your notes there?
I was frantically flying and shuffling through notes. I flew to Temple before I had the key, and then I realized, nope, we're not going to make this mistake. We're going back to find that key.
That key ended up being the last thing, too, which was kind of crazy. Something you wouldn't expect out of the scene normally, but this is something that you made, so I expect a little bit of everything chaotic.
I'm fully responsible for this mess. I made the flags, I made the seed. Early Massa had me concerned that this is going to be a hangry type of seed.
Early Massa... Oh, there goes Show again. Getting one shot by Kraken 1. Yeah, this ended up being a seed where weaponry was very free-flowing, I noticed. Showdown to 2 fighters here. This is getting kind of scary. This is not a dungeon that was very kind in terms of how far you had to walk back if you wiped.
Yeah, some of these dungeons were quite long. I didn't get life till very late, so I spent a lot of time having to fly back and revive. The evade items, which are the ruse staffs for this seed, did not give as much evade as a vanilla ruse staff would, so that was definitely a factor, having to stack more of those.
I noticed, like, generally you were only taking 1 or 2 turns to cast it. I know in normal vanilla stuff it's 3 casts and you're good forever, but I guess it's a little bit different in these flags then.
Yeah, it can be scaled in this. I think we were getting about 2/3 of a vanilla ruse percent there.
So you would have had to go like 8 charges or something like that. That would have been worth it, except for like maybe Kraken 2. 2 hits 5 away. That's some decent damage on that white or red mage there.
Temper 8 spell was also very nice. A party-wide temper.
Yeah, that was pretty to look at. I'm like, wait, temper only affects 1 person normally. Oh, nope. Full party. Let's go. That was saving you big time, and I was starting to worry you were going to run out of charges during the last couple of fights there. Oh, down goes Kraken 1.
You can do it, Show. It's cool to be able to showcase some of the more unconventional flags and things that people haven't seen much of with the rando yet.
Yeah, so tell the viewers, like, like the big changes, I noted a few of them during the seed itself, but when you were running through this one versus the last one and going over those flags, what were the core changes that you made, and do you feel they worked out well?
I think the random magic worked out pretty good. I know a lot of people are kind of skeptical about that, and they are concerned that you're really taking Final Fantasy to a place that it shouldn't be. But I thought that it was pretty balanced. I don't know, maybe that Harm 8 spell was a bit strong. That was one of the big changes. The encounter rate was the same. We had some changes to the boss scaling and the enemy scaling. The last seed was a really dangerous start, and Shy and Sho did very well to be able to progress in that seed because I think it came down to that single town for both of them early. They were completely out of tents and out of save items. So that was another thing I wanted to make sure was a little bit more secure, ensuring that if you see a town on the overworld, it is actually a town.
Take full advantage of it for sure. So one of the things that Show did here that you did not, obviously, is the um, champion of choice here was the Black Belt and Master. That thing had a couple of level 8 spell slots, so Show had access to warp and exit a lot earlier than you did.
Oh wow! I should have checked the bonuses and malices before I began, but I
I
did
don't
not.
think there were any malices for the seed, but there were a couple of bonuses, and yeah, that was actually a pretty major one, seeing that kind of magic, and I'm like, well, that, that's where he like made that play to potentially pull ahead. It's just the early wipes, and there were a lot of them, kind of just slowed him down and completely killed his advantage off.
Costly wipes too. A lot of these dungeons you get pretty deep, and then you wipe. And if there's any progression in there, you have to weigh your options. Do I go back in, or do I try to maybe push and level somewhere? That was another costly wipe I took, was when I did that small grind in Ordeals, and I ended up wiping
Yeah, the
there.
red giant tile there. Yeah, those on Kylos hit like a truck, and I'm like, wait, you don't normally fight those. Nobody ever fights those. Why are you fighting them?
I think that was an encounter tile.
Yeah, it was. It was the first tile on the last floor. So that was a forced encounter tile.
Just say no to Ankylos, chat. Trust me.
Mhm. High defense, high attack, high HP. Just, yeah, don't ever bother with them. But you went back into Ordeals, I think at least one or two more times past that, and you took advantage of the tile that was by the throne there, which ended up paying off pretty big for you for those levels.
Yeah, it was not nearly as much gold as the Giants, but the experience was better because the Nacho enemy has very high experience.
It is very much safer too, I noticed. Show is heading towards... You don't have to go that way anymore, actually. I noticed that they changed the layout of Gaia in this particular scene to where you can just get to the fairy fountain easier.
Yes, I
Okay.
did the same thing. I was going the long way around to check some things. It's just a force of habit when you've played the game so long.
There, shoving up the rod there.
Oh, he's just now getting the rod. Wow.
Yeah, this has been a pretty brutal scene. If you go back and watch this spot, I made multiple references to our old glory days with cube signing and Gurmaduces and all this fun stuff. It'll be a fun watch for you later on, I feel.
I love watching the VOD, and I'm looking forward to the commentary. Again, thank you so much for coming in tonight. I hope you've enjoyed commentating.
Yeah, like, playing lead is not normally what I do, but I think it was fine. Like, I think we did a pretty good job here. I certainly don't have the golden lyrics of one of our talented friends who cannot make it tonight, as far as being able to do the play-by-play on bosses, but I think we did some pretty good stuff here. And again, thank you all for RGL, like, having us here every single time. Thank you to chat for being here tonight. Thank you for whoever's going to be watching these VODs in the future. Like, we appreciate y'all being here.
You're all awesome people, and never let anyone tell you otherwise.
Show found a dead-end Bahamut room right there, so Okay, this particular cave led back to the Dwarf Cave. Yeah, there's the biscuit right there.
This was another find here that had me scratching my head was, okay, is Titan going to be required? And sure enough, it was.
I mean, we were talking about all the different flavored biscuits there are out there for food, and just ended up, being the right food to actually have this seed.
I saw it, and the first thing I think of was honey butter.
Like, we were talking about it in chat for a bit there. I think Canuck went with the cheese biscuit, and I was like, sausage gravy and biscuits is like favorite because it's a good comfort food. It's warm, it's filling, it has a very smooth flavor to it, even though there's a fair amount of beef to it. Like, good stuff.
Starting to get hungry now. Late night craving.
Don't forget to feed your cat too.
Yes, Kitty was fed before this started. She made sure to let me know.
Good. So one of the things I was talking about, since Connect said it's been a while since he's actually been with us and playing this game and stuff like that, is a lot of these floors were mirrored. Like, they were the opposite layout of what they normally are. Was that confusing at all for you, this entire thing?
I was confused on a few floors, most notably Mirage 2. I was wandering around there for quite a bit. I think one of the Earth floors as well.
Yeah, because the Ice 1 floor was mirrored, the Volcano 2 floor was... I think the Volcano 4 was as well. Like, there was a lot of, like, all sorts of confusion everywhere in this seed, and I think the only trouble you really had the entire time was losing the slab and having to go back for it. Because that was an early wipe of yours.
Yeah, I wasn't going back until I had levels. I didn't get exit or warp until quite late, so I spent a lot of time walking out of dungeons.
Which is where I thought Show would have actually, like, progressed back further towards, but that ended up not being a thing because of how brutal these monsters were to him.
My routing felt pretty good otherwise. I thought that I was getting kind of lucky with finding the crown there at that location. That saved me some time.
Your movements this scene were extremely solid.
No ring rust here, folks.
I mean, when was the last time you played an FFR scene before this? Because you don't normally stream this way too often anymore. It's been a lot less of the Shinans and Shonans that you're used to. There were a lot of in the past.
It has. I think it's been over a month since the last time I did one of these. It's just been kind of a whirlwind with multi-worlds, and we had Retrothon. I had 2 submissions for that. That was so much fun. Can't wait for the next Retrothon. Things should be settling down a bit now for the channel. We're probably going to get back into more of these types of races.
Are you going to be joining us at all for boss battle here in a couple weeks?
I will certainly try. I need a little more information on exactly what's going on there.
Check out the thread on the Discord, which is actually a pretty good spot to drop that with that. If they're not on Discord, come join us for different events. It's fun. Like, these are special events that don't come around too often. Like, boss battle climate changes in a couple weeks, and then there's plenty of opportunities all throughout the year for different stuff. So, there's our usual weekly shows, Random Mondays. You got WADS days for every Wednesday, so Doom and Doom-like stuff. Thursdays, Night at the Cinema is always a good time. Retro Race Nights on Fridays, that and console, or not console ports, Can You Hack It has also been sharing time slots with that. The Saturdays are usually pretty busy here. We have waffles or chat-inspired game raffles with our staff here, and then console ports is also one of our newer additions to the lineup. So, like, RGL has been such a blessing with all the content we've done every week nowadays. So, I'm glad you're all being here. If you're just watching this vlog in the future, please come and hang out with us in Discord, hang out with us on Twitch, and I think we're on YouTube now as well. So, we would love to have you. Just come on down. Also, thank you for the 10 bits. Much appreciated.
RGL Hype. I support my streamers.
Hmm. Always support and tip your streamers when you're able to. Bits are free, so there's Twitch surveys out there. Show going back to this sky tower floor.
The experience chests were another big help. They were scaled down from the last seed, but they are actually more frequent than the last seed. Also, the vertical mirror was turned off for this seed, as I didn't want to be too overwhelming with the brain stretch.
That's fair. You both found lots of ribbons this seed. That was actually pretty nice. And then you found that last one on the robot on Waterfall Floor.
Those were
So you
nice.
probably felt pretty safe for the last fights.
I had to really think about my armor setup this seed. I was kind of trying to sit on that ice armor and ice shield, anticipating I would find the tail. But then we found the opal bracelet, and I decided, okay, well, we still haven't found the tail, so let's just go with an opal setup. And it worked out okay, because we get the ribbons.
There were a couple times here where Sho was taking like super large amounts of damage. And another thing that he lost a lot of time on was actually the pirate fight. But then he was like, "Oh, we're gonna pull the veteran move here." Unequips the opal bracelet that he found, and then the pirates that were starting to overwhelm him just started like just chipping at him for like 1-2 damage. And I'm like, okay, that's a good change of thought process right there to save yourself some time.
Veteran move.
Oh, there's Astos, so you're gonna pick up that particular little nice item pretty shortly.
I believe Astos had the adamant.
Yeah. And then the adamant was the key. Which I think you had all your bosses done before you found the key, so that key had almost no value to you whatsoever except for the final door.
Yeah, I was moving swiftly once I was deciding it's time for the boss rush. I had my locations down. Warmech was kind of a pain there for a little bit, but overall, pretty tame bosses, I would say. I got lucky. I guess Sho got some bad luck with the physicals there.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff where it was like, okay, if you're bashing your head against the wall trying to figure out what am I doing wrong here, like with a setup like this, you're used to just equipping armor and forgetting about it. But Black Belt is such a different beast because you have to worry about, okay, I'm forcing a lot of my defense down just by equipping anything like a ribbon, for example. And it's like, this is on the fly decisions like that. It's going to eat time if you are not constantly hot swapping, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like that class. The other class reasons I don't like it is grind tiles are something I don't care to sit on with one thing, so it's just like pull A and go make popcorn or whatever like that. I don't like those kind of things.
The strategies for the Black Belt they're very straightforward. They're very linear. You just want to get him levels and get him to the point where he's hitting a lot. But yes, it's a different kind of beast, as you said. You have to worry about the absorb, as the Black Belt will gain absorb naturally, but early on you might do well to equip him with some type of armor.
Yeah, because the other thing Sho found really early was that ribbon of I think there was, yeah, the opal bracelet equipped, and that was about it. It's like one of the things that I'm sure that Will would be talking about right now is I like things that have a lot of decision points for what to do during a fight like that. I don't like really linear stuff like that, so I think that's why I just lean away from it. But it worked out pretty well for him until he started running into those encounter sets with like just way too many monsters to even consider going after. That's where a lot of that
these flag sets are kind of tailored to be able to tell a story per Will's request, and that's why we have an encounter rate. Usually, Sho and most runners will have no encounter rate at all.
back then when I was playing this game, I would always use 0.1 because I felt that I don't like just straight grind tiles, but at the same time, like every so often, just to make sure you're paying attention, kind of is fine. But I'm like that with Earthbound as well. Like I only use 10% encounter right there, so it's like you focus more on exploration, you focus more on your routing decisions. Combat is kind of an afterthought, but you're still benefiting from occasionally taking fights. Like I think that's what is most entertaining about randomizers. You can play it whatever way you want.
It really is, and it's fun to watch in these races all the divergent routing and how sometimes races can come down to just a few seconds, which we've had a lot of those.
And I was bullying you about her Rage Dwarf earlier. It looks like Show skipping it too. Oh, Show finding the key. No, he might actually check the vault here, which is something you did not do. So these are some new boxes right here we're going to take a look at.
Maybe there's something good in here. I thought about checking it, but I just felt so behind. I just had to go push every moment that I could.
Okay, there's the toilet sword. There's dragon sword. Fear 2 staff. Other than that, it's a completely dead room. Okay, you save time by skipping that.
There were 3 Excaliburs this seed. How about that?
3 pieces of trash, you bet there was. You had so much money though, you were probably like, I don't even need to sell this, and you probably just either like let it sit there or just tossed it, I imagine.
Yeah, gold was not a factor pretty much after the midpoint. It just stacked up very quickly.
I Show found the cube to go sign it, so we're gonna make our way towards those floors now.
Looks like he still has a fiend to get down.
I believe so.
Looks like it might have been Tiamat.
I mean, Friend Mech Bridge is early on, so
Yeah, that was at Cornetti Castle.
yeah, that was extremely early find for both of you, and you both took like one look at it and went like, oh, this exists. I think Sho took like an encounter on the bridge just to see if there was like something you could grind off of, and there wasn't, so.
He always hoped to find the eyes. Of course, I didn't see him until the 4th floor of Temple.
Yeah, you found an eye extremely late. It wasn't on a tile, so that's what it is.
All right, Carrie, you're going down.
So yeah, those Roost 3 -2s like might just be like, oh hey, the magic is being influenced in that way too, because we noticed the Holy 8 spell that you had at one point was hitting like a truck, so.
Yeah, I think they scale according to the numbers, so harm landing an 8 was quite potent. That's another fix to the rando is they've made it so the white mage's harm spells can hit any enemy, but only the white mage has the ability to damage them with harm.
Okay. Yeah, because back in the original old days when we were younger, it was just like undead enemies, and they're like, oh hey, why even bother casting this if you start running out of undead enemies later on in the game? Like, why even buy it in the shop? Well, that gives you a reason to buy it in the shop. I love when they make additions to or modifications to a game to incentivize actually taking stuff that you would not normally take because it was bad in the vanilla version. Love when they do that. It's one of the things the devs did right here.
Yeah, that's always something cool. Going to areas that are vastly unexplored in vanilla, or using items that are never used. This is one of the older randos now, along with Zelda 1. So there's been a lot of time to sit down and think and explore a lot of different aspects of it. And this is the current state.
I feel that the rando has actually gotten better over time, because back when I last played, there wasn't a lot of these good quality of lives or all these different things you can do with it. Like, if you go over to the randomizer pages I mentioned in the chat earlier, like, there's so many things you can add to it. What I didn't get Oh, I kind of got to mention it was the little question mark box is next to everything, so it actually tells you and shows you what this does. That's something other randomizers don't do, and I think that's one of the things that FFR actually does right.
The more info you can provide, the better. It's just going to be a better performance and a better overall experience when you know what you're doing and you know how you're doing it. And you have an option to bring it up in the menus. So I do take my hats off to the devs. That's a very nice addition.
I think the only thing that really stops me from ever wanting to play this game again is something I mentioned to chat and stuff earlier. It's like, this is potion menuing simulator still, and I don't like that, having to constantly spam through 30 HP at a time. I mean, we're allowed to buy up to 99 at one time now, but we're not allowed to use more than one at a time. Like, I know they wanted to keep this, like, the purity of the game, as it were, like, with stuff like that, but I'm like, that's such a massive problem in a time where gaming has evolved to the point of, oh, hey, even the Pixel remaster has, like, high potions and X potions or whatever, but, like, it just feels like there's more button pressing just to have the sake of button pressing, and it's not that much fun, but everything else about this game has evolved to a point where it's really good.
There are a lot of menus, that's for sure. I think I burned several hundred heal pots this seed. I thought about circling back for some of these spells. I kind of wanted to get the other life spell just in case, but I did not remember where it was at.
It was fairly early on, but it was in a higher level slot if I remember. It was like 7. Oh wait, no, there's the life 4 at level 8. But it was like 41,000 and you'd already spent everything at Gaia at the time.
Okay, yeah, there it was. Life 4. That's the one I missed.
Yeah, that was super early on. Like, you had money for it, but you wouldn't have been able to buy your other needed stuff, so...
When I first got to Gaia, I discovered the floater was there for 19k, and I was kind of salty because I had just done that gold grind and wiped at ordeals. So I decided we'll go back, we'll try to get 20k and then get out of there, and I got lucky the second time.
For the longest time, I didn't remember Lefane's actual town name, so I just called it Lupa Lupa Town.
I mean, that's just as good.
Technically, it's not accurate, but it still is at the same time.
It's because you didn't have the slab.
I guess not. I didn't return it. Shame. It wasn't required though, so it's fine. Those Cure 7 bombs were like extremely good for you both though. That saved you quite a bit of times. Just like a saved show. Oh, Temple of Fiends, here we go.
You got this, show. The Mighty
Hopefully
Fist.
you can first try it. Ooh, 324 it looked like for that damage off that sentry robot. Oh jeez.
Those things were hitting like trucks. I wiped those early on. I said, okay, well, we're running from these from now.
Isn't that like most Temple of Fiends encounters before the boss floors? Like, why would you even bother taking fights? They're scary most of the time. Oh god, there's a Phantom. Ugh. 2 hits 466, no thank you.
Oof, that's a chunker.
Cure 3 at level 3, it's whatever, I guess. But yeah, you both had a pretty solid like heal and cure weapon on you very early on the seed that just did so much for you.
The Cure 7 shirt and Heal 2 shirt were nice. I was definitely
Oh, it was
holding on to
armor,
those.
okay, whatever. Same thing, caster item more or less. Just armor is harder to justify holding on to in this game than weapons are. Hey, there's a friend. Actually, no, it's a T-Rex, now it's food.
It's the other meat.
Yep. I advocate eating T-Rexes. I do not advocate eating Tyros. There is a difference, and they're in the game because they're different.
I did see 2 Tyros and I spared them.
You did. I made an extra note of that too. Alright, here's Lips 2. That's fine.
Growing soft in my old age.
Holy 6 gauntlet. That, oh yeah, that's a spicy. Three hits, 175. One of the things I've noticed so far is nobody has been 1%ed for 3256.
Yeah, that was nice for once. I managed to get through a run without that happening.
Seems like it's always at least once for somebody in a race.
It really does. It just is defying the odds and logic. I blame Garland.
I mean, he did promise to knock you all down. And then he had his own spin-off game. Usually a victim of it, yeah. See, weapon knows. 6 hits, 970? Wow, that's a big hit.
It happens more often than it should.
Oh, 870. Okay. Oh, there's the hold 7 for stun. Alright. Stun the wrong thing, though.
The AVX spell I found was kind of useful in that it can paralyze the enemy. And when the enemy's paralyzed, they basically lose all their evade. And that's kind of nice.
I noticed and pointed that out when you had an encounter during the, what was it, like scum fights. Then I'm like, oh wait, that why are they all paralyzed and stun locked for a couple turns while you were cleaning them up? I'm like, that must be the power of that AVX spell. Like, and then you had one that was like anti-AVX or something like that that protects you from it. I'm like, it's a very nice AoE stun spell.
It was a new level of meta that I haven't encountered yet in it. And it definitely can have uses in places and spots that are kind of unconventional. Such as Carry, for example, is susceptible to hold and paralyze.
I definitely think this random magic stuff is a blessing and not a curse.
I was kind of skeptical about it myself, but after trying it for this seed, I've been pretty impressed with it myself. We might have to adopt this into the seasonal format.
I remember before they actually implemented that, and they always did like the name change stuff for different spells to where you didn't know what the heck what cast what. I'm like, that's okay, but unless you're like a veteran that knows absolutely everything about everything and you have good RNG, you're not gonna have fun with it.
No, just too much having to test it to see what it does. Having the info box is just much better. There is an option, I think, to completely randomize the spell, so if you want to do it, it's there.
It's good they make it an option and not a forced requirement, though. Hey, Cat Claw. Oh, no Cat Claw. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and call that the Stormy Claw.
Shout out to Z and Stormy.
2 hits for 180. That's a very light hit to finish that fight up, James.
Knuckle Duster.
The old haymaker. Iron Golems. I remember there was a time where they named a tournament or something like that after that. I'm like, that's a name for something right there. It's a name after something in a game. It's fine.
I think that was the hardcore tournament they had, the Iron Gall hardcore tournament.
Okay, yeah, that definitely sounds about right.
Also, yes, Iron Gall spotted. We've seen T-Rex and Iron Gall this seed. Well done, show.
Inferno cast. Ooh, spicy.
Run is validated.
See if Kraken can hit anything. Slow 5. Fun.
Yeah, I got hit with that after I'd fasted and I was low on spell charges, so that was a frown. Fast level 8, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, there were only a very couple of charges of that, so sometimes you just get stuff like really important like that, randomizes something really high on these flags. And those lock 2 spells, though, came in handy for both of you, like, at all points throughout this run, especially being on spell level 2.
Oh, it was so nice. I had lock 6, which was even better. I definitely like the idea of being able to have a more potent lock spell. Rather than having to cast it 3-4 times, you can only cast it once and you get the effect of 3 casts and something from vanilla.
Just those various little ways of making the game more interesting by slightly modifying it to sometimes hilarious, sometimes rage-inducing results.
There's lots of sprite packs for this game too, so if you are interested in custom sprites, then you can check those out.
I noticed while I was going through the flags looking through everything before, they had some sort of new thing where they introduced like mixed jobs, like transmogrification or something like that. Yeah, transmooglifier, that's what it was. That was in the classes section. That looks like a lot of fun. Like being able to have Time Mage, Berserker, like all these fun custom classes. I think that's kind of awesome. But it does say to turn off your custom sprites when you're using that.
Right. It kind of reminds me of the Renaissance hack that's going around. I did
Yeah,
play that. It's also very good.
if you haven't in chat tried Final Fantasy Renaissance, there is like a custom version of that with like different classes. That looks like a lot of fun too. So if you search for it, you can probably find it pretty easily.
Red Wizard's in trouble.
Oh, I am disappointed in both of you for not high-fiving the Hurried Dwarf, by the way.
Noted. I'll make sure not to do that next time.
It's right there. Why aren't you doing it?
I had the race blinders on. I couldn't see him.
She blinded you with science then.
Use that roost stick show.
Tiamat 2 going punch happy here. This is actually going to benefit show out quite a bit.
Oh, he found a saber gauntlet. I don't think I ever found that.
Yeah, that was found like mid-game if I remember right. I have to go back to the VOD to take a look through it.
Once I found my loose item, I was skipping a lot of chests at that point, so. Hilarious that the loose item was the ship.
Show actually found the canal, so it was also pretty funny.
Never found the canal.
No, the canal was on a sea chest floor, if I'm right.
Alright, yeah, I bet I know where it was now.
Yeah, it was in that little, like, small room that's clustered in with the staircases at the far end of it. It's not TFC, it's a smaller room that you can check it and not go too far out of the way for. Ooh, 6 hits, like 1161, that was pod.
That's a mighty blow there.
A fully buffed black belt, 323 Terminator. Okay, so just a big slap to her finish. Gotcha. Not many slaps, just one.
Katana did a lot of good work this seed. That was a big offensive upgrade for the ninja.
I noticed you grabbed that and you swapped your weapons around. I'm like, yeah, at least like a bunch of people have different weapons you can use. The show do the victory lap. Maybe? Aw. The victory lap is like turning the lights out before you leave, though, if you're the last one. Or if you're the last one, you always save the animals.
Chaos was quite tame for me.
Oh, no, that's not tame at all. 7 hits, 14-12.
I'm on a delay here. Oh, that was a veteran move by Show there, putting the red wizard up top.
Mm-hmm. Scary times. Oh, I think MM is like magic missile. Okay, I see what they're doing with that. Oh, here's 7 on Chaos.
Oh no, I never saw that.
Oh, you got lucky on that one.
Might think about throwing some mute spells now.
Magic missile 3, lock 2. Show's still probably going Super Saiyan, looks like this turn too.
Throws out Vox there. I believe Vox will cure mute for your party.
Hill level 8, that doesn't sound pleasant at all, but it looks like it's like a quad X or something.
I think so. Show goes for the life in battle. That flag is off for this flag set.
All things considered, that's wait, that's actually a thing they added in? It's insane.
Yes, you have a flag now where you can enable life 1 or life 2 in battle, in addition to soft potions in battle.
Oh, that's freaking wild. Oh, this Chaos kind of rolled high evasion. That only hit like once for like 305. 4 hits, 12-20. That's much better. Those are the Fist of Fury. Like, you were just literally shredding through this Chaos after you took your turns to power up.
The Vorpal is mighty.
Blizzard's not gonna help. Yeah, Vorpal also did a 2 hits, 2 damage, so nothing's perfect, sadly. 3 hits, 9-15. I want to see if Chaos just flat out bops him. 4 hits, 12-20 is still alive. Doesn't have too much more life left on it. Chaos misses Show. This should be it right here. 3 hits, 9-15. Nope, still low. Okay.
Chaos had a chunk of HP.
Holy 7 for 130. Ash farted on it. Did no damage whatsoever. Oh, do it again. Let's go. 54. Holy 7, 162. 4 hits, 12-20 terminated. Let's go. GG Show. At a time of 3:01:23. So a little under an hour difference. Yeah. Congratulations.
GG.
See if he wants to come in and chat and interview whenever he wants. I think you said it right. This was fetch quest hell for sure. Welcome, Show. GG's friend. Congrats. Welcome, Show. GG's.
Yeah, GG's. Wow, what was that?
It was
That was
RNG.
the
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Seems we both had an early game that was less than ideal.
Quite less than ideal. Oh my god.
Tell us more about that. Like, I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Well, I think not taking the ribbon off once I hit a certain level. That was kind of a bad play, just because like I kept taking massive amounts of damage. If I would have taken less damage, it would have been quicker. But also not knowing what any of the magic did, that I think really threw me off.
There were a lot of new spells that were added to this particular seed that had some pretty interesting results to them.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, as you mentioned with the taking the equipment off, those pirates were giving you a lot of trouble. That set you back quite a bit.
Yes. I was like, oh yeah, take this off at 25 defense, not 4.
Yeah, you veteran moved it, and all of a sudden they were just poking at you for like 1, 2 damage, and you're like, "I'm fine." Punch, punch, punch.
Yes.
I take the blame for the magic show. I didn't test these flags, and that one caught me off guard also. Fortunately, I remembered the select button, though. Will tell you what it does.
Oh, really?
That's a
Yeah,
new
if you
thing they
push
added in
select
when
on
I
the
wasn't
spell,
paying
it tells you.
attention.
Oh, well. That definitely would have
So,
helped me out.
were you feeling behind at all after a certain point, Sean?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think after the first hour, I was like, oh yeah, I can't be anywhere near Czar.
Yeah, so you think you found your airship around an hour 10 or so, and then Czar
Yeah.
found around like minute 55, if I remember right.
Yeah, I didn't even kill my first fiend until an hour and 47 in.
With the
It
way
was a
the
slog.
fiends rolled, I don't blame you.
I also, I mean, dying after gaining 6 levels, that didn't help me either. That was definite setbacks.
That happened to you too?
Oh yeah, I was leveling the black belt and I picked up a whole bunch and then died.
Which
Was it
fight was
ordeals?
that?
Ordeals was, yeah, definitely one of them. But I was in like the northwest place where the teleport maze was.
Was there any particular item you were looking for that would have potentially made you be like, okay, I can take on anything now? Like early on, that
Um,
would have saved you?
I don't know, an AOE item, but I had no idea what anything would be, of course.
There really wasn't any this seed in all fairness. Like a
Arm
caster
8.
item would have been pretty good, but
Arm 8, yeah, or what was it? Holy 8?
mhm, um,
It certainly was definitely different from what we usually play.
Yes. Encounters threw me off. No, we don't have those. So, but GG's. I mean, well, I'm
Yeah,
glad we
GG.
started early because this would have. Oh man, if we start 8, it's gonna be gone.
would you run these flags again in a revenge match? Try and take the
Pro-
title back from Zara here?
Probably. I mean, just knowing that hitting select will tell me what the spell does. That definitely makes things like would make things a lot easier.
I didn't know about it either, but that's beautiful. Like, I'm glad they added that in.
Well, now that I know that trick, that although I'd prefer still no encounters or even less encounters.
Yeah,
I
the
think they might
encounters
scale
are
it down,
0.47, so I think that can be taken down quite a bit.
Yeah.
especially if Will is unavailable again. We'll scale it down and we'll take the storytelling with it.
0.25 or something like that seems like a little bit more balanced.
Yeah, but this was good. Enemies weren't too crazy. Also, no one having nuke. Although I did see nuclear.
Yeah, we saw nuclear pretty late, so it's like I think bosses were very generous to you.
Yes. Although they hit pretty hard, and not being able to get on ruse, definitely. So,
There was that one attempt you made where you got smacked for like 4 digits. I'm like, okay, yeah.
yep. Dead. Uh,
Well, I'm the interim champ now, show. So if If Will can't make the next one, then we'll definitely have a rematch.
Yes. Oh yeah, and the item fetch quest. What the heck?
That was a fetch quest.
RNG.
I also didn't. My map wasn't as good as it normally is, so I kept flying to places where I was. Wait, I was like, wait a minute, this is the one I wrote down.
Yeah,
It
this
did
was
not help.
even with like two continents, it felt like there was a lot of things that just overlapped on each other and like made you think like, oh hey, have I been in here before, kind of thing.
Yeah, but two big continents, I think I kind of prefer that to like a bunch of little islands.
Yeah,
So,
don't let Shy roll the seed. It's all islands.
I know.
Oops, all islands.
It's like Shy's calling out rematch with Show now.
Oh
Under
man.
bracket. I'd watch that.
Oh
I
man.
think that will be a new story to tell for a future match right there.
Yes.
So it's a little bit late on the time side, 3 hours. Final thoughts, show.
This was fun. I wish I knew the select trick to know the magic. Yeah, and, I'll be more prepared. I didn't have an opportunity to practice or even do any FFR seeds up until today, so I'll be more prepared next time. But GG's are RGL. Thank you for hosting this event. I always enjoy doing it. So see you guys next time.
Thank you. How about you, sir?
GG Show, thank you. Thank you, Lair, for coming in. Thank you, Hangry, for coming in at last notice to track for us. Weapon, Concakes, Ant, everyone on the RGL staff. Um, looking forward to the next one. Should be a little bit more organized. Definitely going to get some more practice in. Test the flags so we know what we're doing next time. And yeah, this was great. This was a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the next one. Thank you, RGL. And I'm looking forward to more exciting events coming on this channel.
All right. And I'll go ahead and help you out one more time with all our weekly events. Come join us, RGL friends and VOD watchers, for Random Mondays. We've got stuff on Wednesdays for WODs Days, which is all your Doom and Doom-like stuff. We've got Thursday nights, Night at the Cinema with Cypher, and we've got Retro Race Nights and Can You Hack It on Fridays? Our Saturdays are chock full of stuff like this, special events. We've got our wonderful raffles, aka the waffles, on Saturday mornings through the afternoons. Then we got console cores hanging out at 8 p.m. Eastern for you all. Not to mention all the events we do. We have a boss battle climate change, which will be for the Citizens Climate Pledge, if I remember right. That will be coming up in a couple weeks as well. So come, please join our Discord. The links will be for you in the chat right there. Exclamation point Discord or VOD's watching. So let's see. That's how you spell that. There we go. All right. So yeah, come join us. We'll be happy to have you. Um, I am your retro gaming guide, Hadley, aka Lyra. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Can't wait to see you all